much more upbeat, bouncy, and funny take on it. My twin, you would double the fun, keeping you uncensored, completely intact. Me and my twin, you would double the fun. Vampires running cause we brought the big gun. Sweating in the south and it's ruin in my hair. There's a monster in the bushes but I don't give a care. I'm doing a little two-step over a grave. I'm the sexiest survivor that you've got to save. Some garlic on my neck like it's cheap cologne. I'm sending these freaky little bloodsuckers home. Pop a wooden steak in my Gucci bag. Killing the undead, ain't it such a drag? Chicken dinner. Oh, what a damn good winner. Santa, sinner, chicken dinner. Yeah, a damn good winner. Santa, sinner, chicken dinner. Oh, what a fucking winner. Holy water in my super soaker ready to spray. Ain't no undead bitch gonna ruin my day. Wait, was that a shadow or just my own twin? Doesn't even matter, I'm just drinking my gin. Tripped over a zombie but I landed in style. Haven't had a party like this in a while. Stack some garlic on my neck like it's cheap cologne. I'm sending these freaky little bloodsuckers home. Hop a wooden steak in my Gucci bag. Killing the undead, ain't it such a drag? Santa, sinner, chicken dinner. Oh, what a damn good winner. Santa, sinner, chicken dinner. Yeah, a damn good winner. Santa, sinner, chicken dinner. Oh, what a fucking winner. Drop the bass, don't drop the steak. Shake your ass for goodness sake. Vampires to the left, monsters to the right. We are getting absolutely trashed tonight. Chicken dinner. Oh, what a damn good winner. Sinner, chicken dinner. Yeah, a damn good winner. Sinner, chicken dinner. Oh, what a fucking winner. Yeah, a fucking winner. I want extra fries on my chicken dinner. Peace out. Vampires.
Okay, honestly, like literally I just like made that song and then like hit play and then I had to use the bathroom and that's why. So was it good? Did you guys like it? It sounded pretty upbeat. I liked it. What the fuck is this song? Sinner, sinner, chicken dinner, baby. I don't know. I needed a track because I had to go to the bathroom and I saw you guys get antsy in the chat. So I was like, I need something. I need music. I gotta make it work. I gotta do it. I gotta go. Fucking shit. And then there we go. There we go. The song is sung by the AI Angels. It is very much so. Let's see here. H Bars is going to tell me that there's a Waxworks 3 with Wax Hitler as the villain. That is not real, unfortunately, but it was definitely Waxworks 1 and 2 are fun. What is being debunked? No, I was on with a YouTuber named Arik. Well, Arik debunked, DJ Arik. Arik debunks. Arik's Reloaded. Good guy, nice guy. I was on with him. I just lost track of time. Let's see. Rational here. Thank you, buddy. Ending of Sinners is a plot hole when he kills the KKK members. Wouldn't more KKK members come after him? I mean, well, he dies. So, like, you know, I don't think so. And then, like, they would go and they would find one dead black guy and, like, 20 dead white people. And they'd be like, wow, he put up a hell of a fight, but he's dead now. And there's no one else in the barn. So we don't know who did what. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't have done anything. That being said, the ending of Sinners is still pretty bad. You know, but I did watch. I was going to only watch an hour before going to bed of one battle after another. And I ended up watching the whole goddamn fucking movie. And that movie is so good. That movie, if you would have told me what the plot of that movie was, it is not what the trailers show you. Oh my fucking God, no. The true plot of that movie is one of the wildest things I've ever seen put the goddamn celluloid. And the fact that it became the best picture of the year is just wild to me. Release the Ronin movie. I'd like to see a Ronin movie. Let me check in on the chat up here. Augie Loco 84 says, wait, what do you mean no one watches the Oscars? 17 million people are no one compared to your channel? Oh, wow. Could we cope a little bit harder there? It's called hyperbole. Okay. Unlike the fuse on your tampon, take your Midol, sit down, shut the fuck up and listen. All right. The movie, it's down 9% from last year. Nobody is watching the Oscars anymore. More people are waiting to see what happens on social media. That's it. I hate to break it to you there, buddy, but that's the fucking truth. Nobody really cares. 17 million people in the grand scheme of the 8.5 billion that we have. Never mind that it was a complete domination of American pop culture media every year now for 98 years. But in the last couple, it started to go downtown. Nobody really gives a shit. Nobody really cares. To be honest, I think one battle after another, only one because of the current political climate. I'm not going to disagree, to be honest with you. As I was watching the movie, I was all like, oh, yeah, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. That happened a couple months ago. Right. Okay. But again, you know, while immigration enforcement is a part of that movie, it is not the key reason for the story. All right. So there you go. There you go. Let's see here. Tony says, fuck award shows in general. Sir, you are not incorrect. I'm not a big fan of them myself. This year, this year win at Oscar was good. You mean like for best picture or overall? I will say though, as much as I don't think Sinners deserved it for best original picture, or sorry, best original screenplay, because it wasn't a good script. It just wasn't. I'm sorry. But that's they needed to give Ryan Coogler something. That was the participation trophy, if you want my honest opinion. Cinematography was pretty good, and Ludwig Göransson for the sound was pretty good too. And then look, Michael B. Jordan for the best actor, I completely agree with. As great as Leo was in that movie, I think Sean Penn should have been the main character. He should have been up for best actor for one battle. Sean Penn is more of a main character energy in that movie than Leo DiCaprio is. Leo was great in it, but he was very much kind of second fiddle to the story. Let's see here. The woke go broke is destroying Hollywood and the Oscars. Do you not know like how liberal Hollywood is? Right? Like Hollywood is super fucking liberal, bro. Okay. You know, it's always been liberal. It's always been fucking liberal. That's all it is. You know, it's full of people who live on the left coast, you know, and they a lot of them are very, very liberal in their beliefs. And even a California Democrat or conservative is still basically a center right Democrat. So Leo was hunting for 24-year-olds. Yeah, basically. Let's see. Parallax here says the Game Awards are better. LOL. Shut the fuck up. No, they're not. Except when Jeff presents an unfinished game at the studio the studio gets shut down. Well, okay. To kind of touch upon the high guard thing. I'm assuming I'm pretty sure Jeff was paid a fair amount of money and from Tencent in order to do that, because Tencent was a partner, I believe, with the Game Awards as well as High Guard. And High Guard is something that I have a feeling that they wanted to shadow drop High Guard very quickly after the Game Awards, or like right then. And it just wasn't ready. And the game only lasting for 45 days, it just goes to show you the state of this fucking industry, right? I'm looking at like Crimson Desert going like, yeah, man, I'll drop 70 bones on Crimson Desert, and that's all I'm going to play for a while. Like, that's all I'm going to play. I have other games that I need to get to. I don't mind spacing it out. Like, I want Crimson Desert, I want Lego Batman, and I want Hitman. Those are like my 3 games for the first half of the year. And given how much time over the course of the past 10 years I have spent playing Hitman 1, 2, and 3, because that just hit 10 years this month, I will play the fuck out of, the James Bond game from IOI Interactive, any game from IOI Interactive will be one that I buy and spend an inordinate amount of time with. I will still badger them, hammer them, harangue them, harass them, demean them, bemoan them, besmirch them to give me an update, or at least some kind of modern re-release of Freedom Fighters. Okay, where you've got a New York plumber who leads an army of revolutionaries against the attacking forces from Russia. Okay. Okay. It's basically Mario Brothers, but with a lot better combat. That's great. I can gift you only one of those. Better choose carefully. I'm gonna go with the First Light, with the Bond game, because I was playing Arc Raiders tonight, actually, and I love the fuck out of Arc Raiders. It's so much fun. I get wrecked so fucking often in that game, but it's so great. I feel like we should have left the word woke and girl boss back in 2023. Yeah, I completely agree. This is here says the Substance now has an unreleased TV called Beauty. I thought they did release it, but yeah, I saw the trailer for Beauty and it looked just like Substance. So there's that. Let's see here. Otis says content is created every second. Live broadcast doesn't matter. It's going to be the streaming, the shorts, and the after talk is what matters now. You're not wrong on that one. So when the Oscars go to YouTube, I want to say in 2029 or whatever it is, you will see a much larger increase in viewership. The fact that it wasn't streaming on Hulu, maybe it was, I don't know. I was at work. And that was one that what was it called? I forget. But anyway, no, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, have I seen the Mario Galaxy pictures, Rob the Robot, and fucking whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry, pump the brakes, hold the phone. Pikmin? I haven't seen that yet. That's the first time hearing about that. Pikmin? There are Pikmin in the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. I love Pikmin, dude. I adore Pikmin. Please tell me there's at least a reference to Animal Crossing in that fucking movie. If we get to see Tom Nook, wouldn't that be fucking funny as shit? If we get to see, if there's like Tom Nook or like KK Strider shows up in fucking a Mario Galaxy movie, if we get an Animal Crossing reference, I would die. I would die happily at that point. That's a weird thing to say I would die happily over. I don't think you guys understand. Not only do I love Pikmin, I love Animal Crossing as well. And I'm looking so forward to playing Animal Crossing with my kids. We do play Pikmin every once in a while. They do like it, but right now they're in their Minecraft phase. So I'm going to let them stay there. Let's see. I'm not impressed. Let me know when Kirby makes an appearance. I think Kirby will make an appearance, to be honest with you. I do think we're gonna get that. Wait, CJH, what is it you sent me? Is this a documentary of some kind? What is it you sent me there? Zaya here says, personally, I feel like 2025 didn't have no exceptional movie releases. It feels like we had to settle for mediocre films like Sinners and One Battle After Another. See, I disagree with that. So for one, the Ugly Stepsister came out 2025. It was fantastic. You had How to Train Your Dragon was a really, really well put together remake. I'm gonna add Superman into that as well. I will say that. We got Thunderbolts was a fucking classic. There was oh god, what else came out last year? I honestly, like for bigger movies and shit, I kind of missed a lot of them. I feel like, but no, they were good movies, man. It may not everything had been your cup of tea. I get that. Weapons was good. Let's see here. Did CJH send me another TMNT Rule 34? No. If he sent me a photo of Venus getting fucking totally, cratered, it would be a different story. All right, hold on here. Let's see. All right, the Super Mario. Hold on, I'll bring this up on screen. Let me bring this up here. Yeah, all right. Where are we here? Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. You said bottom right? Oh, there we are. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Okay. Okay, we're getting the yellow, the red, and the blue Pikmin. Alright, okay. We're getting okay, we get Dry Bones. That's my boy. We get Birdo, nice. There's gotta be oh, yeah, because 'cause they're going to the desert, so obviously we're gonna get the spiky plants. Yeah, dude, the helmet guy? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The fucking oh god, what is this, the little beaver guy there? Which game is he from? There's the robot, yeah. Now, is this supposed to be Nabbit here in the center? Is that who this is supposed to be here in the center? Obviously but there's no Donkey Kong. There's no Donkey Kong this time. That's weird, right? I mean, it's a pretty stacked Shy Guy. Fuck yeah, Shy Guy. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. This feels like Mario 2 and Super Mario Brothers, 2, 3, and World all kinda combined. Um, so I'm excited, right? Yeah, thank you, thank you. So hold on here. It was, Weapons was wild, even wilder. Part of the plot was on the Velma show from years back. The thing about Weapons that bothered me was the fact that at no point in time in the movie did they ever, like, you know, bring up why the movie is called Weapons. They couldn't afford Seth Rogen. They could. Dune 3 looks epic. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I haven't even seen Dune 2, so I don't even care. I will see it at some point, though. Thank you, though. Let's see here. H. Bart Sears, 2 Oscars or the Oscars bully Timothy. Yeah, they did. And I can't say that I'm a fan of that, to be honest with you. I don't like the fact that they did it as much as they did, right? I can't get Discord, dude. I haven't installed it on my PC yet. So you're gonna have to, like, send it to me, and I don't really feel like watching any 40K stuff today. So, either, like, hold on to that one till the end, maybe, like, post the link in the chat or something, but, I don't have Discord on my new PC. And I just don't really feel like watching 40K stuff. So, that's another thing too. It's, again, I appreciate it, but I'm just not interested. For right now, it's like the gaming stuff is just kinda what it is. Let's see. They're probably gonna do a DK spinoff with this cast of characters from the DK Country series, like Diddy, Dixie, Cranky, and Funky Kong. Yeah, yeah. I would love if they're gonna do a Donkey Kong spinoff, which I think we're going to get a teaser for at the end of this, or potentially a Luigi's Mansion, because I think they're gonna start cranking out movies like one a year. You know what I mean? Like one a year. Um, I just feel like that's what they're gonna do because they're like Illumination is like really, really, really good at cheaply making their movies. But I'm not gonna lie when I say that Mario and Super Mario Galaxy, look better than some fucking Pixar films. You know what I mean? They look better than some Pixar films. But I will say this: if they do a Donkey Kong movie and there is no reference to Diddy Kong Racers and there is no reference to Conquer, I will be upset. I would love it if we would actually get a reference to Conquer. Now, granted, that is owned by Microsoft, not by Nintendo. So there's a high probability that we probably won't. But I also feel like there's a good idea that they probably should. I also would love it if they would bring Conker's Bad Fur Day back and actually give us either a solid, next gen remaster or a sequel. People think Star Fox will appear. I'll fucking cream, dude. I'll cream my pants. Because that if we got a Star Fox movie, right? If we got a Star Fox movie, everyone would be waiting for you got a boost to get through. And that's the chicken jockey. That would bring down the house for those of us who grew up in the fucking 90s. Or what about oh god, pardon. What about like F-Zero? Captain Falcon. Could you imagine? Um, and you might be too young for this. All the Falcon Punch memes that would come out of that. So many Falcon Punch memes. H Barts, do a barrel roll. Exactly. Exactly. Bruh, Slippy on the big screen. Damn straight, man. I actually, when I bought my Nintendo 64 back in the summer of 97, I got the Star Fox bundle that had the Rumble Pack in it. And I played the fuck out of Star Fox. Holy shit, did I play the fuck out of Star Fox. Ice Climbers, yeah, give it to us. Give it to us all, man. Give us it all. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I'll keep that in check. Let me just, let me, yeah, I will get to that. Thank you. Okay. Should video game adaptations, adapt stories instead of what the, okay. Sorry. Should video game adaptations adapt game stories instead of what this new Resident Evil film is doing? I'm gonna use the exact same, um, argument that I use for adaptations of comic books and books and other forms of media. And I'm gonna use it in a metaphor, okay? Now, those things are like they're not like comedians. So there's a difference there between comedians and musicians, all right? And I need to explain it to you guys like this. If you are a comedian and you put out an album and then you go on tour, if you do that album, you will never have anyone go to your shows again, okay? But on the opposite, if you're a musician and you put out an album and then you go on tour and you play other songs than the ones that you had on your album, no one will go to your shows ever again. Now, the reason why this is important for what I'm trying to say is because these things are like, games, movies, or, books, whatever, these things that get adapted into this other medium, they are like the musicians. Right? When okay, why the fuck would I wanna watch a Harry Potter adaptation that wasn't telling me the story of Harry Potter? Right? What if it was Lord of the Rings or Dune? I mean, Dune's a different story because Dune 3 is making up this whole it's more or less a creation. But Dune and Dune 2 are following a book. Why would I wanna see other stories initially than the original? I want the original, if anything, to set the groundwork. So this idea with Zach Kreger and doing Resident Evil and doing that, having there be this, this I because I don't wanna tell the story of the game. That's already been told. I wanna tell the story of other things that are happening around the world, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to tackle an adaptation, that's not an adaptation. That is something wholly new, and that is not, I'm sorry, the game. Calling it Resident Evil is a bit of a fucking lie. Even the Resident Evil movies that we've gotten in many ways are the same exact thing. They are amalgamations, right? At least the first one and the second one tried to kind of touch upon, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, right? It tried to do that in its own way. And in many ways, even though those movies found success because they were at least consistently, I don't want to say mediocre because I actually enjoyed all of them outside of number 5. Um, but they were definitely something that could have been better. It could have done it. It could have followed the games. So if you're going to give me a Resident Evil fucking movie, give me Resident Evil. Give me the house, give me the mansion, give me the dogs, give me the liquor, give me the gators, give me the other shit. All right. Like, give me the atmosphere, give me itchy scratchy or whatever, itchy tasty, that thing, right? Give me all of that because that is what I want to fucking see. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about anything else other than seeing that. Now, after you give me that, and you've proven you can adapt that in a way that's going to be, respectful of the source material and not just an excuse to tell your own stories underneath that particular branding, now you can go off and do your own spinoffs. But you've got to lay the groundwork first. Now, at the same time, I'm curious to see what Zach Greger is going to come up with because, well, I like him. I do. And so as a result of being a fan, um, that's gonna be the other part of that. So thank you. All right. Let's see. You didn't break the bro code to get that N64, right? No, 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 no. I worked my very first job. My very first job, I worked for a company in Tigard, Oregon called Ident Graphics. I don't even know if they're still around. Ident Graphics. Let's see. It was Oregon because I think they moved to a different city. Are they still around? I don't know. No, Identigraphics Information, yeah, they're commercial printing. The revenue on average is $4.4 million. Let's see here. They're still located in Boone's Ferry Road. Wow, that's where they moved back in the 90s. Holy shit. Man, maybe not. Maybe not there. Crazy, dude. Oh, maybe not. This company, it was a company I worked for. And that was my very first job over the summer of 1997. I was 15 and I was making $6 an hour. Minimum wage in Oregon was $5.50. So, I saved up and I bought a Nintendo 64. Anyway, is James Wan still making movies? Producing more, but I think he's still directing, yeah. Okay, Krager's Resident Evil is in the in-game universe. That's all I need. Don't ruin Leon. Don't ruin Claire. I've already suffered enough seeing amazing characters butchered. But you're excited that they're doing in-universe, but not with those characters. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You should want them to get those characters right and then be able to go and do in-universe shit. Otherwise, it's like the stuff people and again, I mean, look, man, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but you weren't born yet when Resident Evil 2 came out. You weren't even born when Resident Evil 3 came out. It's entirely possible that you were like still in diapers when Resident Evil 5 came out. Sorry, when Resident Evil 4 came out. You were not alive for the majority of this shit. You don't remember what it was like because you have no experience with it. And that's not me being a dick. Okay. That's just me being real here. All right. You're like, I don't want this. Bitch, you weren't around for its origins. So you don't fucking know. The rest of us were around for that shit. I remember reading about Resident Evil, and I want to say like Electronic Gaming Monthly, something even you would have no idea what the fuck that is because of you growing up with like the age of the internet, when the rest of us had to get our monthly magazines. We'd get EGM, we'd get fucking Nintendo Power, right? We would get the Game Informer magazine. We'd get whatever we could get our hands on to get this kind of information. All right. So like, no, I'm sorry. Like I understand what you're excited for, but you're a youngin. Okay. The older ones of us who like were around back in the day. All right. The target audience when those games came out, this is what we want to see. Okay. I'm just saying it's like, if you're not going to give that to us, then they may not go spend their money. That's just the case of it. I'm sorry. They fucked up Doom though. Yeah. But at the same time, The Rock breaking down the door and yelling out "Semper Fi, motherfucker" makes up for a lot. I like the 2006 Doom. I don't love it. It's not one that I'll sit there and ever fucking really champion, but it's a guilty pleasure movie and I really enjoy it. Remember how they fucked up Assassin's Creed with Magenta? I never saw the movie. It's set, just because it's set in Raccoon City don't mean shit. All right? It don't mean shit. If you want to make a modern Resident Evil movie without tying into the first to the first 3 games, then just adapt Resident Evil 4. It would make a lot of money. And you could then maybe go back and do a prequel that would maybe touch upon that. But that Resident Evil 4 would be one that you'd probably want to adapt the most. I would make the argument for, not Resident Evil 5. Okay, because you can't kill all those people in Africa without some people getting real mad. All right. They'd have to change all the settings of Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6 is what the fuck? Okay. And then they had to do that reboot with Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, and I hear Resident Evil 9 is pretty good too. So for the most part, the key games you'd want to adapt would be like Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Nemesis, okay, whatever, right? Definitely 4, 7, 8, 9. And then if there's any other spin-off, Code Veronica. I would like to see Code Veronica. Code Veronica would make a really good like Netflix movie, or like a limited TV show or some shit like that. That would be great. Let's see here. Rational says, when Zach Krager's Resident Evil film inevitably flops, he's just going to blame the toxic video game fans. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, to be fair. I feel like it's going to probably do well. How good it's gonna do, I don't know, but I think the gaming media is gonna glaze it. The critics are gonna glaze it, and if the audience if the budget is small enough, they can squeak out whatever minimizing profits come out of that. All right, like that's what I would think about that. David, you're asking, what was your very first game for the Nintendo 64 GoldenEye? It actually was. It actually was. What happened with that was one day I was coming home from school. I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in middle school, I think. Or yeah, yeah, because my first job I got in between being a freshman and being a sophomore. Um, and that was in 97. It's been 96. So probably maybe like I was eighth grade, maybe early ninth grade. My buddy Oleg, a friend of mine from Mexico City, we're walking home from school, and oh no, we're on the bus coming home from school, and he goes like, "Hey man, I got a game you may want to check out." And I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "It's GoldenEye." And I'm like, wait, like the Bond movie?" He's like, "Yeah, I got the video game." I'm like, "Okay, how good could that be?" He's like, "It's awesome." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's really good. You should come over and check it out." I'm like, "All right." So I get off the bus early. I go over to his place. We play that a little bit. And yes, as soon as I got my Nintendo 64, I got Star Fox. I went out and I bought GoldenEye. And yeah, GoldenEye, I'll put it to you like this. I played so much GoldenEye that I unlocked invincibility. And if you know how to unlock invincibility on GoldenEye, you know that ain't no easy fucking task. For those of you who don't know, and this goes to show you how seared into my brain this is, you have to beat mission 2, level 2, facility in under 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the hardest difficulty. That is how you beat. That's how you unlock invincibility in GoldenEye. And I did that shit, motherfucker. I did that shit. Anyway, let's see here. The budget for Zach Rager's Resident Evil is about 80 million. Okay. I mean, they could probably do that. Perfect Dark greater than GoldenEye. I mean, on a technical level, sure. But on a cultural level, God, no. But I will say the multiplayer was better on Perfect Dark. I played that game. You know what I would do? When I first moved to California, I didn't really know anybody. Um, I'd bring my Nintendo out to our big screen TV. We had a big 65-inch, you know, big ass TV. And my stepdad had put up like a 5-channel surround system. And we had a big house, right? 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So I would just sit there and I would turn on digital radio because we had cable television and it had like the digital radio stations. And I would just put on a techno channel and or trance or whatever it was. And I would just sit there and I would play Perfect Dark's multiplayer by myself, right? Bot mode. And I would just sit there and I'd play that and I'd listen to techno for like hours on end at like in the middle of the night, you know, and then just sit there be playing that all night long. Cause I didn't, this is before the online shit, and yeah, no, Perfect Dark was great. I did not care for Perfect Dark Zero. I hate that. I hate that that happened, but I did not care for Perfect Dark Zero. I found it to be too sickly sweet to look at. It just got to be so saccharine. I was like, I couldn't look at it anymore. Drove me up the fucking wall. How did you know? Wait, what? How did I know that before? That was before the internet. Though, was it? What are you talking about? What am I saying? What are you talking about? Game Informer is the same thing as Nintendo Power and EGM. I mean, it's being a gaming magazine, sure, but it never had the power of Nintendo Power or EGM. All right, like it never had the power for that shit, like ever. Let's see here. Resident Evil Right is on fire. RE9 is breaking records and milestones. I can definitely see Krager's movie opening with 45 plus million. I mean, the thing is though, if the game is out now and the movie's not out till the end of the year. So that's a long time to not have that promotional tie-in. So they would have been better off probably pushing back Resident Evil the game to have it be closer to Resident Evil the movie. But the thing with that is though is that the movie, if I recall correctly, is being done by Constantine Film because they have the rights to the Resident Evil film franchise. And so, again, Sony's not making any money, necessarily. They're making money off of the licensing, all right, but they're not making any money in their pockets, I don't think, from this movie. Specific, maybe I'm wrong on the details. Let's see. Why is Dune fan giving Avengers? Wait, hold on. Why is Dune fan giving Avengers Doomsday free promotion today? They should talk about their. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about at all. Are you talking about the fact that there was like the Dune 3 trailer and then like people talking about Doomsday? I don't even know. Um, what do you think of the Disclosure Day? The recent trailer didn't wow me. It felt like something we've already seen before. I haven't cared about Disclosure Day. It looks too religious for me. There's something about that movie. There's something about what I saw in that first trailer that makes it out to be that this is something that is tied into religion. And I hope I'm wrong, but because of that, I don't have an interest in it. All right. I just don't have an interest in religion. If you want to talk to me about UFOs, that's cool. I like all that shit. But I would rather have something like Incident at Lake House than fucking, like aliens were already here sort of thing. Like I don't give a shit. Right. We've already seen that kind of stuff. Give me something freaky. Is this going to be a sequel, a spiritual sequel or even a direct sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind? That would be interesting. Is Richard Dreyfuss going to show up at the very end of this movie, having returning to Earth after all this time? That would be interesting. Sadly, Terry Garr is dead, so she can't reprise her role for the end of that movie. But that would have been great to see. To see her there waiting for him to come back. That would have been fascinating. But I don't quite know. I don't quite know. Oh, how did I know about that? In the pre-early days, I think you could. They told you what you had to do in order to get it, I think. Sega Dreamcast, baby, $99.99. Had mine. Very first day of senior year, too. And the Dreamcast is a far superior system than the PlayStation 2. The reason why the PlayStation 2 did better was only because it had the DVD player. Other than that, Sony has always been lucky. They've always been lucky. Anyway. So, how did they fuck up the new Silent Hill movie? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I have it, but I haven't seen it yet. So, I have a theory that humans are from Mars and Venus and aliens were the original Earthlings, but I've been known to have crazy theories. Yeah, you have been known to have crazy theories. Let's see here. I still can't believe a lot of those extras costumes were supposed to be for Blade. Feels surreal, being so happy for Sinners and saddened by Blade at the same time. Oh, is that what happened? I don't know about that, to be honest with you. Who cares about Avengers, the Dune 3 teaser? I didn't watch it. I don't know. What are they gonna do? I saw something online, people saying like Paul Atreides at this point is like a god and he can see the future and he's like, I don't know, going insane, I guess. Right? I know like there was like God Emperor, whatever the fuck that was like all weird and shit. It's what's really funny about this is you have your hero story with Dune 1 and Dune 2, and then the third movie is gonna deconstruct whatever came before it, and like, okay, we'll see what happens. Let's see. SAG said that they want AI actors to cost the same amount of money as real actors to dissuade studios from using them. Yeah, SAG can say a lot of shit. It ain't gonna get what they want out of that one. Oh, the costumes were sold to the Sinners production by Marvel. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Costumes were good, though. Children of Dune, is that what it was? Okay. Mo here says, I found a VHS rewinder that's still shaped like a car. Still works. Damn straight you did. Damn straight, motherfucker. Dune 3 looks confusing. It looks confusing to a lot of people. I think the fact that Dune 3 is making up its own thing might actually work out well for it. But people that are like going like Dune $3 billion movie, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not up against Avengers. I know that that's maybe a little bit heretical, right? Whatever. Okay, let's see here what it says about it. Dune Part 3 is an upcoming epic space opera film directed by Denis, whatever his last name is, who co-wrote the screenplay. It's based on the 1969 novel Dune Messiah and is the sequel to Dune Part 2 and the third and final installment in the Dune film series. Okay. So let's see here. I don't even know. All I know is I saw Jason Momoa was back. So okay, cool. It should be interesting to see where things go, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know. I gotta see here. What did Dune Dune. Hold on, I'm trying to there we go. Dune franchise. Oh god damn it. Dune. Okay. Dune Part 1 did 411 million worldwide. Cool. Dune Part 2 did 715 million worldwide. So, I mean, I could see Dune 3 doing well. What was the general response? I never saw it, so I have like no idea if it's any good or not. Like, was it good? Was I've seen the Lynch movie a couple times, which I enjoyed well enough. Even though it's definitely kind of fucking crazy and shit. Let's see. All right. So what about like the Rotten Tomatoes? Like how did that go? What did that do? Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, it was given a 79 out of 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to yawn. Okay. Let me go bring this up. Okay. So okay, H Bart's here. Thank you. Says Dune is confusing on the surface. I did some lore studying after part 1, and it's very easy to digest. It's basically an anti-religion story. Well, that's up my alley then. So this ended up getting ultimately 92% to 95%, which is not bad. How many reviews did it get? Based upon 5,000 verified, 460. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm so surprised Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is at 82. I watched that too. It wasn't it was okay. Visually thrilling and narratively epic, Dune Part 2 continues the adaptation of the beloved sci-fi series. Okay. Audience says Dune Part 2 is nearly 3 hours of exceptional sci-fi spectacle that needs to be seen on the biggest screen possible. I'm kind of curious overall what the top critics said about it. Okay. There's little character development, and it's not for the literal minded or anyone who has, despite their best efforts, paid some attention. All right. Film Spotting says, Denis will get the spectacle right. The question is about the human drama. It's almost connected. It's almost all connected in part 2. Okay. Let's see here. The film is all exhilarating buildup leading to an unsatisfactory and even somewhat perfunctory payoff. All right. I mean, overall, definitely more. I'm trying to see if there's any big names that didn't care for it. Let's see. All right. Well, obviously, it is what it is. Let's see here. Mo here says, still pissed that I couldn't see Avatar 3 because of the ridiculous time showings. Yeah, man, it becomes harder these days because of that shit. But it will be on digital soon enough. How poorly did the Oscars do? 17 million people viewed. It's a 9% decrease from last year. And it's still down quite a bit. But social media engagement was apparently up. And I think that had a lot to do with Sinners, to be fair. I think if you could put an Oscar on a movie that was going to be, like most talked about movie, it'd be Sinners. Okay. Let's see. I have CJ here says, I like how no one cares that the original unaltered Star Wars is coming out next year. It's not that people don't care, but it's a franchise that turns 50 years old next year. What do you want them to care about? Okay, cool. It's coming next year. What more do you want? What more can they do? Should they go camp out their local movie theaters to make sure that Disney knows and Disney's aware that they have people that are willing to wait for almost an entire year just to be able to see their favorite star sci-fi franchise on the big screen unaltered? Like what the fuck, man? What kind of comment is that? What kind of comment is that? That's like the dumbest thing ever, CGH, and you know that too. You know you're trolling. Fourth Year says, I can't wait for the best AI film category. You know what? Speaking of that, thank you. Thank you. I can now show people this. All right. Now look, I like to support my friends and the work that they do. Okay, I do. I like to support my friends and the work that they do. And I want to show you guys. What Little Movie Perp's been up to. Okay. Because I can finally share this with you guys. He showed this to me last week. This is fucking super good. And it worked out well. Hold on. Fallout was able to do what it wanted for the games since it's basically a choose your own story. That's not true. There's a ton of lore in Fallout. The thing is, though, is that there's no set narrative. It choose your own adventure, I guess, on that particular front, but there is a beginning, middle, end for each of those games. But they're not like, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. All right. Like they're not linear story based stuff. Anyway. So this is Valerie, and this is Little Movie Perp did this. I think he said like about a month, 2 months, somewhere in there. And this is wild as shit and not for the faint at fucking heart too.
Did they find the animal, whatever did this?
No. They still don't know if it was a bear. Cougar. They don't know. I don't know. I just saw teeth and these yellow eyes. They're gone. And it's like I'm the ghost stuck at home.
Critical update. A mass casualty been confirmed at a wedding venue.
Survivor is the person left standing, but the silence from the police is raising more questions.
Hi. There was a farm girl. Always wanted to travel. One day, this farm girl met a new friend. Her name was Valerie. I'm sorry to what Valerie did to you and your family. It was an accident.
Can I help you? I'm looking for a girl.
There's going to be people coming after us, after Valerie. I'm looking for animal tranquilizers.
You robbing animals from a zoo?
When she attacked you, wounded you, she transferred herself to you.
You did this to me. You! I'm gonna hurt people?
No. You're going to turn into her and she's going to do it. Open the fucking door! The vault. Valerie, stop, please.
You passed it to someone else, kidnapped them, and then lost them close to a heavily populated area when this thing is due a feeding. Man, you suck! I'm sorry. But we're gonna have to kill her.
Do you ever lose the strongest version of yourself? Well, I'm getting it back. Valerie, it's okay. We're gonna get everything back to normal again, I promise.
Do you even know what she looks like?
Do you feel them? Your family, I mean, running around in there with her. When it was just me and her, everyone was safer.
So yeah, that is what Movie Perp has been cooking up. And I gotta say, it's hot fucking damn. Right? Hot damn. That was, I mean, like, not only was that shit like visceral, violent, gory, insane. I mean, he got the AI to actually fucking do it. And that is something that you don't really get a lot out of. You know, the AI doesn't really seem to ever kind of give you that kind of blood and gore. You know, and we were talking about it the other day on his stream, and he had made a comment about how he's glad that he's able to not have to deal with studio notes on this one. You know, where it's like if you want to show a kid getting killed, you know, you won't have some exec going like, I don't know, that may not play well in the heartland. You know, it's fucking brutal as shit. Yeah, it's brutal, man. This is the whole thing. Big Fieldy, I know you're new here, man. Thank you for coming over from ARC. We talk a lot about AI over here in a positive way because this is changing the fucking game, man. As we go through, this is changing the game. This is literally a movie that he's working on, and I don't know what I can say, you know, but based upon what he believes the budget will be to finish this, bro, it's fucking Jesus, dude. This shit will pay for itself. Hey, Belle, how's it going? We just watched an AI movie trailer that looks like crazy. It looks like a Neon movie. Yeah, it does. Funny thing you mentioned about that too. Neon came out today, and they actually said that they make more of their money, not theatrically, but when the movie leaves theaters. Right now, I didn't read into the article. I only saw the headline. But if you think about that, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Where you've got all of these people, like, you know, these movies that Neon puts out. They spend all this money, millions of dollars to do the marketing, get it in theaters. They make some money, but then they make more money once it leaves. And it just goes to show you that the model for the theatrical is really becoming more of a promotion commercial for the digital. I mean, even fucking Scream 7 is supposed to come out on digital in 2 weeks. It literally just hit digital, like it got leaked online today. And even Hoppers, which has been out now for 2 weeks, still does not have a unofficial leak of Hoppers. There's nothing. All right. Like you can go to some of these websites that apparently have it. I'm sorry, Rational, you're wrong. I checked every single one of those servers that you told me about, and it was not playing on any of them. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not there. It doesn't exist. I know it just simply doesn't. Anyway, let's see here. DM sorry. Yeah, I'm not ready to dive into the Star Wars shit there. You guys look, I appreciate if it's a short, that's one thing. If it's like 8 minutes, man, I'm not doing 8 minutes. I'm sorry. If it's like we got to be more careful about that stuff because I don't want to fucking always just be watching 8-9 minute Star Wars films. You know what I mean? It's we got to be more careful about that. But there is one thing that came out today where somebody had put out an entire hour-long Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch, dude. I'm not watching 14 minutes. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not going to do 14 minutes of that shit. Not right now, at least. But then but by the way, though, that same channel that you put out that you just showed me, they did. Check this out. I will show you this though. Well, you can't really see it very well, but let me try to look at this here. Return of the Jedi epilogue, full fan film. Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka are visiting distant worlds to seek out forgotten artifacts. Artifacts is spelled wrong. You know, and this is like, look at these songs here from like Book of Boba Fett. I mean, all this shit. So like, you know, I guess people like this one's an hour long. Like, just kind of give you guys an idea for this, I guess, of what this looks like. Just kind of want to skip around a little bit. Is that Bosk? It looks more animated. I mean, all right. This is all fucking AI. Wow, Cal Kestis. Holy shit, spoilers. This okay. This I gotta see though. Does this sound like the two of them?
Looks like we've got our first visitor.
Okay.
Sorry, kid.
What? What?
This is all we had.
Whoa. Okay, fuck, man. You're telling me they brought Cal Kestis in? And holy shit. That AI looks like an updated Ginger Snaps. I mean, I guess it might be. Let's see here. You saw a decent Star Wars fan film on how Leia gets to slap a slave outfit. That's pretty funny. Big Fieldy here says, I'm still on the fence about AI myself. I can see it from both sides. I tend to wish they'd make the movies we wanted and wouldn't need to use AI to see what we want, if it makes sense. I do get what you mean. Here's the thing with that is like, you know, it's difficult in many ways to get everything you want without making it yourself. And if you want to make it yourself, that's going to cost you hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And if you don't have the copyright, if you don't have the IP, then you're making it for yourself, but you can never do anything with it, right? You could give it away, but it's at that same time, it's like, you know, it's kind of like a big waste of time. And was that Marty Scorsese? No, that was not Martin Scorsese. That was the dude. That guy's from fucking the Jedi Fallen Order, and Fallen Survivor, like, and shit like this. I mean, dude, if I gotta watch that now. If they're putting in fucking Cal Kestis and the other chick, man, and characters from that, along with Ahsoka and Luke, I don't even know, man. I don't even fucking know. Anyway, it's, in my opinion, it would be best to like make your own stuff with AI and then be able to have control of it and be able to sell it and do whatever you want, right? There's this misnomer right now about you know, creating works with AI. You don't own the prompt and you have to have human involvement. But there is really no minimum on what that is. So, you know, it's still up in the air. You can't just go like, you can't just take an image and take it out of an AI generator and go like, this is mine. I'm a copyright this, right? It has to have some human input. Claude is the only one you're worried about. It might have a consciousness. I don't think so. What's it called? Those guys have been kind of like liars beforehand and everything else. By the way, the people at Claude or Anthropic are ex OpenAI employees. And that's the whole thing, that they left that. So, I do have to point out, I'm a little disappointed in something. And, hold on here. Are you looking forward to Spider-Man tomorrow? And who was your favorite Spider-Man? Who was your Spider-Man growing up? I guess my Spider-Man would be the Spider-Man, the animated series on Fox. That's what I had as a kid. That's what I did. I never read the comics. You have to understand, I don't read comics. I find comics to be, I'm not a fan. Okay. Not that they're bad. They're not for me. I like the characters. I like the stories, but that's not the medium that I want to read them in necessarily. That being said, I do want to like use AI to make my own comic, and I kind of have been with the Scott and Frank stuff. Anyway, what was the question there? Was am I looking forward to Spider-Man's trailer? Yeah, man. I love Tom Holland in the role. He's done a great job. And I like that we're getting a fourth movie, that they're kind of holding you know, true to like having just one Spider-Man and really trying to make it a big deal, you know, giving us that. And that's great. I'm excited for more. All right, HWAD, buddy. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you. Did I ever watch the Amazing Spider-Man TV series from 1978 to 1978 to 1979? I was born in 1982, so no, I have not. Bell here says, I've got mega hot take on AI, but I'll keep it to myself, though. No, you can say what you want, girl. I ain't mad. You can like it, dislike it, think it's terrible, think it's cancer, think it's going to destroy the world, think it might cure cancer. Have at it. I legitimately don't like it's. I don't mind people having a different opinion than me. That's perfectly fine. AI can keep Tilly. Yeah, Tilly's weird. Tilly's weird, man. But for those of you guys who don't know, okay, over the course of the past couple years, and I say this couple fucking years, I have been following the I've been following the development, I should say, of an AI film from a person inside of the Snyder fandom, and we have been wanting to, see a movie that he put together called One Punch Dan. And I have talked about this for a while. Okay. I have talked about One Punch Dan for a minute. I've wanted to see what Zod Rider has come up with. You know what? Like, I've wanted to see what the hell this is. Not Ski Walker, Zod Rider. Okay. And so you can see here that the One Punch Dan movie is there. It's done 3 days ago or whatever. 1 hour and 20 fucking minutes. All right. 1 hour and 20 fucking minutes. It is members only. It is members only. I cannot watch this unless I want to pay this homie literally fucking $2. So I could pay him $2 in order to get access to watch this fucking movie. I might do it. I might literally pay Zod Rider $2 in order to watch his fucking movie. I think it's bullshit that he's hiding it behind a goddamn paywall. All right. He said he was going to release it to the public on fucking on whatever. But if you look over here, this is like his stuff here. We can see all the AI shit. This is a little bit, hold on, I gotta see this, right? Okay, so this is coming soon from Joden Music Productions Incorporated. I don't think he understands what incorporated means, because it's not, you can't just say something's incorporated. It requires an actual, like classification. This is Dr. Zod and Yolanda's Empire teaser trailer. I don't even know what this is, but I just want to use it as an example.
Yolanda, you are a beautiful angel. Exploring and worshiping your body is beyond special.
We move now.
Then let's finish it.
I want you.
One Punch Dan movie anthology presents Dr. Zod and Yolanda's Empire. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. What else has he done here? Okay, like Clitoria. Wait, is this from the movie or is this something else? But her name is Clitoria James. What the fuck? Oh, it's a member only shit. You piece of shit. It's not even fucking. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, I guess so. This is like, what the fuck? Okay, here we go. Hold on. This is from the movie. Oh God, what the fuck, dude? Stop putting this shit behind a goddamn paywall. The fuck? I want to watch it. You suck, Zod, you piece of shit. What are you doing? Like, he's got all this AI shit, right? All these AI songs and whatever. The Joden Music Deep Dive podcast, revisiting the Yolanda experience, members only. This is something he probably got from Google's Notebook LM and shit. These are the trailers that he was kind of dropping. All right, just give you guys an idea for what this movie's gonna be.
Bro, you think this is some kind of game?
This is human life we're talking about. Daddy.
Yo, Josh, you need to calm down. Here I come, Isagay. God has us covered, baby.
Here I come, Isagay. I am your reckoning. Prepare yourself for death.
This is why Michael always preferred Alpha Pass over Usain.
back will not pass.
You are beaten in havoc. Yield.
Anyway, there's a movie. Okay, this is from like 7 months ago. I'm not too sure if it's done any better or not. Hold on, I want to see something if I can get this hashtag here. I want to see what's going on with the twits talking about it on there. Just because, guys, like, holy fucking shit. It's this is a thing. This is a fucking thing. Is that Zach's voice? Zod's voice, I think so, yeah. Can he be sued since he cannot monetize AI? No. You can monetize AI. You can't fucking sell it. There's a difference, though. Yeah, you can't copyright it. There we go. Mo here says, I feel my sanity leaving my soul. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's true. Fucking everywhere, dog. It's all crazy shit. So yeah, this is kind of like where we are with all this crap. It's crazy though. Like, he put it behind a damn ass paywall. I am tempted to watch. Oh, because the thing is, I wanted to watch it on stream. I wanted to watch it on stream with you guys. Right. And I really wanted to enjoy it. Okay, so here we go. So I looked this up over on Twitter. All right, so the One Punch Man movie, right? We'll see what the cultists are saying about this. So Zod here 2 days ago. Thank you to everyone who attended the One Punch Man movie internet premiere yesterday. I hope you all enjoyed it. For now, anyone who missed it and is interested in seeing the film can either become a member of my channel or reach out to me directly for a screening. Which, I mean, like, he should just post it, let people watch it. But I think he's worried. I think, look, I will say this. Okay, I give Zod a lot of shit, but I will say he completed a 1 hour, 20-minute long movie. Yeah, it's AI. Yeah, it's a ripoff of a fucking popular anime character's name. He's got copyrighted characters all throughout this goddamn movie, right? He brings back Tupac. All right, homie brought back Tupac. Okay, so I kind of give him a little bit of credit for bringing back Tupac and naming the character like Detective Machiavelli. It's just, you know, take some balls. Okay, I'll be cool. You know, I'll be good. But anyway, so he did this 2 years. He spent time working on this and getting it done. Okay, so I can't fault him for that. That is an actual compliment. All right, from me to him that he did it. And I will say though, I was looking through his Facebook page, and let's see if I can actually fucking find what I'm looking for, because he made a comment about it. He made a comment about everything else, right? And here we go. Okay, and I gotta give him credit. So here we go. So this is from March 10th. This is from a week ago. He says, with 4 days left till the public premiere of the One Punch Man movie, I find myself thinking about a comment somebody made with regards to AI and amateur filmmakers. I won't repeat the comment, but I will give my own take. The people who gatekeep creativity in the name of professionalism are often the least creative people in the room. Real professionals tend to be excited when new voices find new ways in, because they remember what it was like to feel, or what it felt like to be the outsider themselves. Every professional filmmaker started somewhere. Spielberg made backyard movies as a kid. Rodriguez made El Mariachi for $7,000 with borrowed equipment and no studio. The notion that creative tools should be gatekept by people who already have credentials and resources is exactly the kind of thinking that has always tried to keep new voices out of the room. Make no mistake about it, I have zero delusions about what the One Punch Man movie is and is not. But I know that creating a feature-length film with my limited resources that took up nearly 2 years of my life is something to be proud of. I know Mikey Sutton would have been in total support of this project had he lived to see it. I'm confident enough to say that the One Punch Man movie may be a little flawed indie film, but my next movie will certainly rival a studio blockbuster. Expect big things. This is just the beginning. Okay, fine, whatever, right? But I agree with the sentiment of what he's saying there, because I feel that, like, again, it took 2 years, you know, and he did this, right? You know, I've been PayPal. Sarah, take a look here at my email. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate that, Otis. So let's see. Oh, thank you for the $10. Zod. Okay. Oh, you want me to do it? Okay, I'll join. Now, the thing is, though, would it be wrong? Would it be wrong of me to pay for access and then we watch it together? Would that be wrong? Would that be foul? Because I mean, technically, he can't copyright it, right? So technically, he can't make any money on of it. He can't, do that. So if there's no copyright, is it really an infringement? That becomes the question. And now here's the thing. I actually legitimately want to watch this. I have been talking about this for the fucking last couple of years. You guys know this. I've been wanting to watch this. It looks like it's going to be bad. It looks like it's going to be utterly unwatchable. But okay, I'll watch it on my own time. Okay. I could do that. And then, when it goes live, we'll watch it. Totally we'll watch that shit. But I feel like, even though I will give him shit for doing it, I can't really say much because I've done the movie In Search Of. And the movie In Search Of is not a great film. I personally fucking love it, but it's not what you would call a great film. But I still went out and I still made it. And that was like, goddamn near 16 years ago. Next month will be 16 years. And so I give him credit for doing it, right? I give him credit for seeing it through to the end. And for that, I would want to go in with the best of intentions and not try to just shit on something, but to actually try to engage with what he was trying to do. That Jake Paul one was bad. I mean, to be fair, that Jake Paul, it wasn't like what you would call a great story, but just, for the sake of the, what's it called? What's the word I want to use here? For the sake of what it was doing, it looked good. Let him try to copyright claim. That would be pretty funny. But it just, I guess you could say out of a respect type thing, I guess, which is very weird. But okay, hold on. Let me do it. All right. I'm joining. You know what? I'm going to join and then, okay. So I have joined his, there we go. Hold on. All right. I have joined his thing. All right. We're going to dismiss this. I want to see. Okay. We're going to check out the first like 3 minutes. Okay. Not the whole thing. All right. Licensed for private home exhibition only. Public performance, copying, or other use is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved. Not exactly the thing you can say on that one. Dude, he didn't even copyright this. You can't sit there and say federal law prohibits severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or exhibition of copyrighted motion picture videotapes or video discs. Criminal copyright infringement is investigated by the FBI and may constitute a felony with maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison and/or a $250,000 fine. Do you really think that if I watch this whole thing that he would get mad at me and come after me for if I just want to see, like, we're going to do the first minute then, and I'm going to comment on it and then I'll fuck off. All right. I want to see this. And I'm doing equal. Yo, let's do it. What's it going to be? All right. Little Flowers Micronomics. He's going fast, like Sonic and shit. Why is the aspect?
Got to be more to my life than this.
Wake up and send those Project Side Testament reports as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like the aspect ratio is a little off, which tells me he made the images in what's it called? ChatGPT, I think. Okay, that's better.
I'm coming for you, One Punch Dan.
Okay.
Fulfill your destiny, Dan.
Oh, wow. Don't you hate it when you can't find the right goddamn watermelon?
Yeah, it's a real problem. I hate watermelon. damn it!
Okay. I have to say, I think that could be a new meme. I hate watermelon. Oh, wow. I will watch the rest of that later. 100%. I will watch the rest of that later. And we will, I'll let you guys know, how it goes. Yeah, you know, if it's an hour and 20 minutes of that will be interesting because you can tell just on the first minute. I'm just critiquing the first minute, which is protected underneath, the First Amendment. There is the sound design is incoherent in the sense that you have room tone and background noise in some shots, no room tone or background noise in other shots. It's just 2023 AI. Yeah, that's kind of the problem though, right? You will need a Clockwork Orange set up in the chair. No, I just need to get a bag of popcorn. I think I'll be okay. But we will definitely give that a watch 100%. I will. I think he should I think he should be okay with it, right? Now going back over to this, going back over to the twits. Okay. So Bat Dan, who is the inspiration and the voice for One Punch Dan. Okay. Dan Kersey is the inspiration for this. He does he's the one whose voice Zod put into 11 Labs and modeled the character after. So but here's the thing with this. Unfortunately, no one commented. Right? I mean, I'm blocked by him, sure, but I can see post activity. All right, and I can see who retweeted it. Okay. Josh Herrera here is just Josh. He's one of the heroes in the movie. Okay. Now I don't know if he has me blocked or not. He probably does. But does he talk about it? He's in it. He retweeted it, I guess, but he's not out there saying hey guys, I was in this fucking movie. My friend made a movie and put me in it. Sure, it's AI, but it's nothing. And he retweeted it, but still there's nothing. Maybe I can't see it because Zod has me blocked, but he hasn't been talking about it at all. And that to me is very fascinating. Very fascinating to see, because you would like there to be a scenario where it's the actors that were brought into this movie. He should have done reshoots. He should hire a little movie perp to fix it. You can, it's bad when an actor wants his name taken off the poster. Well, it's not that he wants his name taken off the poster. It's that he just wants, he's not talking about it. Right. So let's take a look here. See what Dan here said about it. Right. Star of One Punch Dan. Okay. Also, he's big on the Snyderverse on Netflix and everything else. He's also blocked me. That's perfectly fine. All right. But again, we're talking about, he was just in his buddy just made this movie, and then all he said about it 3 days ago was great work. And that's it. Oh, here we go. Premieres tomorrow. I know he's put a ton of work into this and cannot wait to see it. So he says all he says was great work. 2 words to describe 2 years of his friend's life with making him the star of the movie. That tells you something there, folks. That fucking tells you something. It's funny shit. But again, for just the sake of commentary on it, I am, I think that Zod has done something that not a lot of people have. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have. And as a result of that, he definitely is going to be, doing his thing. Doing his thing. There you go. Wait. Oh, did they just do drop another fucking little second of of whatever it's called of Spider-Man, and then show Scorpion. Is this? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'll show you guys. Why not? We're talking about Spider-Man. So this is it right here. It's 1 second. Is that Michael Mondo as Scorpion? Holy shit, though. We are going to be getting what appears to be a Sinister Six. Okay. Okay. Crazy. That looks like Michael Mando. That does. Man, look at that tail. Look at that. Oh man, that's fucking sick. Look at like you can just see like the resistance to it as he's swinging it in there. But then also the stingers on the outside. So that's kind of lame. The lead here gets buried and then dug up later. I already talked about the Oscars. I literally just was like, fewer people watched it. That was it. I don't know what more you want me to say about it. There's nothing much more to say. We just talk about other stuff. You've waited so damn long for that post-credit scene to mean something. Yeah, 9 years. 9 years. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I don't really have much else. So, let's see here. I'll drop the link if anybody wants to come in and chit chat for a few. Actually have something you want to quickly talk about. And then we can we can chit chat about some stuff, and then I will take a look at the that thing that command unit sent over. Yes, but I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Okay, hold on. Oh, here's $2. Thank you, Mo. Okay. Okay, no, I think we're caught up on the super sets. Good. Okay, perfect. All right. Oops. What is up, CJH? CJH. 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 See, this is the problem. You come on in, you're just like, hey, how's it going? Okay, I'm good, CJH. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. I can't compare. I don't even know. All right. I'm gonna kick him out if he doesn't fucking talk. Probably having trouble with his headset. There we go. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Okay. Yeah, he's not coming. He's not saying nothing. All right. Post in the comment section in the side section when you can. Share my screen. You're not even here. Oh, that's okay. Oh, you're making fun of him. Okay. Oh, his mic unplugged. Okay. Not many people watch Oscar bait movies. I mean, they kind of do, but still, yeah, not a lot of people are actually doing it. I would argue that but I will say, I will be honest. I will be, I will be fair when I talk about, what is it? Shit. When the Oscars goes to YouTube in a couple years, we're going to see a massive uptick in numbers. All right. Hey, what's up, Jess? How's it going, man?
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No problem?
No problem. I can hear you. And I want to say I do owe you an apology. I've been meaning to get to the Transformers thing. My voice is finally coming back. So
don't worry about it. I know you're busy.
Well, what's funny was at work, we actually had an incident with an employee that got real mad. So he's no longer there. And I'm just waiting for the ball to drop on that and have it come back and then make me work overnights again. So
wait a minute, hold up. Waking don't you work overnight?
Not all the time. Hold on here. Let me get you guys on. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't work all the time like that. I work overnights if there's no one else. But I talked to my supervisor about it last night. I should say I was complaining about it pretty heavily last night. And because here's the thing with me, it's like if I get home, I don't mind doing 12 hours. I can do 12 hours, no problem. But it's like if I get home and it's like sunrise is coming up, that fucks me up because I have so much trouble going to sleep. You know?
Oh no, I kind of deal with that myself. I
Yeah.
usually go to sleep like when I arrive home at 7. I stay up until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't really do that because I pick my kids up at 2 o'clock. So
I know.
Streaming
It's
definitely
tough for you.
messes
It's
up
tougher
my
for you.
sleep schedule.
what up, CJ?
Streaming definitely messes up my sleep schedule
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's why I'm scaling it back to like really like one time a week because I'm working on my my stories. I did like a novella last week, a 38,000 word novella. I'm outlining a creepypasta right now. Can you believe that? I'm actually doing one of those like internet creepypastas.
You should do it in the Chills voice.
What is the Chills voice?
What is it? The Burger King lettuce?
I don't know what that is.
Wait, you don't? Oh my god. A
No.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Is he
No.
talking about?
Is that a Canadian thing?
No, it Chills.
Chill. I don't know what that is.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
I don't know what that is. No.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Is this a reference to the burger eat off by these CEOs?
No. Give me a second. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Does
can barely
anyone
get
know
it.
what he's talking about?
Wait, I'm sharing my thing.
Okay. Let's see if it wants to work. Hold on. All right. There we go.
It's this guy.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get. Number 15.
God, I fucking hate it when people talk like that. There is this one guy called Criminally Listed who does these like 10 like, whatever true crime shit. He sounds just like that fucking guy. And I'm like, are you just, I don't get it. Like, I don't want to like speak ill of people with like speech impediments. But if you talk like that, like, do you want the foot lettuce? Probably not. But this guy
You didn't hear of that guy.
Oh, I know. I've heard of the guy standing in foot lettuce. I'd be. It's to me the fucking Dairy Queen cum milkshake or piss milkshake is a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Or the Taco Bell who licked the guy from
Matt
Taco
is a
Bell who
boomer.
licked all the shells.
Yeah, no, the guy who pissed in the fucking milkshake. I'm not a boomer. That's so mean.
He has a music career too.
That guy who did that voice.
Yeah.
What is it like? Oh my god, my girl. Is it like just like early '90s fucking like whining simp punk whatever?
Well, Perp has played it before.
God, I fucking Jesus Christ. You know what it is? Like I can sit there and I can do like a fucking Robert Stack meets Keith Morrison, like compelling true crime voice, and I can't get fucking shit. But some guy talks through his nose like this and accentuates all of his words, and he gets millions of views. But if I talk like this and I get down in, you know what I mean? Like like it was a cold, dark night, blah, 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 all that kind of shit. What is this now? I don't want to. Oh my God.
This was his music thing.
The heck is
Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Part ways with the life I chose. Take back what's mine, but it's all good. Ain't it funny? You with him, you say you love me. Thoughts stay here in my mind.
No, I'm good. Thank you. I have a very low threshold for things like that. You say you love me all the time. I said I love you, but you don't love me. Oh my God, I'm gonna come in a shoe. It's just no, I'm good. Thank you. ASMR true crime. Just saying. Yeah, maybe. No, I haven't done any of the true crime stuff in a while, and I'm okay with that.
Ninja Turtles thing I shared you.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
from. I saw that.
It's a documentary
Instagram?
from what it looks like.
But is that like the canceled Ronin movie?
Maybe. I just got a DM from someone a few minutes ago that says I would put the script for In Search of into AI and have it create a trailer for your film. There's no script for In Search of. It was all improv.
Well, you just put the transcript.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Make a sequel with the AI.
Yeah, I know. Do a sequel to that shit. That could be kind of fun. All right, here's this, whatever this is. This is whatever. Hold on.
The ability to have the turtles exist in that black and white universe, an animated universe, and then from there we went to the movie, telling different stories, but all circling the same concept. We had like 3 different dimensions of turtles, and it seemed to work in all those different dimensions. And so we just felt, man, we can do anything. Those different iterations have worked in so many ways. There was something about this turtle charm that, we bottle it, but at the same time we have. We have the greatest job because we have the greatest fans. I mean, the fact that we have multi-generational, whole family of mom, dad, the original fans, teenagers, and most recent youngsters, and all turtle fans, and that's like amazing. The future of Ninja Turtles is wide open. We're sitting here 35 years after Secret of the Ooze. The Turtles
Oh, this is for.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was supposed to be an
This is for
official sequel.
the re-release, right? The 35th anniversary of that.
I think they were doing a sequel to all those movies.
Speaking of TMNT, I want to go back into Magic the Gathering just to get the TMNT cards.
I don't care about that. Like I mean, I get it. I think if you want them, go get them. It's
But damn, it's like I don't want to get back into cardboard again.
Well, what I bought last summer was I was at Target and they had the black and white Ninja Turtle stuffy, like the plushie of the head with like the red bandana, and it was from Michelangelo, and it was on discount for like $12, down from like 30. But you can't tell which one it is. It just looks like the old black and white when they all had the red bandanas.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about them having the bandana colors and actually skin tones, was to make the toy sales.
Wasn't technically the 2007 cartoon a sequel to the 90s one?
Yeah, kinda, if I recall. So that's the guy who was boinking Julie Strain. Hey man, listen, she's dead. Show some fucking restraint. Okay, he wasn't boinking her. He married her, and he was laying pipe. Okay. Okay, and then, to be fair, okay, who amongst us hasn't jerked off to Julie Strain? I'm just saying, okay. But also, did you guys know that Julie Strain was the voice of the main character in Heavy Metal 2000? No, you didn't.
No.
Hold on here. If I were to tell Matt the truth about the marathon game, it would blow Matt's mind. Are you talking about the stolen artwork or what? I have no idea. Or the fact that Marathon is not Marathon. It's just in name only because Marathon was a precursor to Halo. And it was actually the Marathon story that Bungie adapted to make Halo. Yes. Is that like who she is or that you jerked off to her?
Both.
I can say both, and I met her. That was weird. This is Comic-Con like 2001, and like I met her, and I met like 2 other porn stars there, and I'm all like, wow, I've masturbated to all of you. And I was like, that's
You
weird.
didn't say that, did you?
No, I didn't say it out loud.
Oh, good.
I told my friends though. I was all like, I was laughing.
Peter Griffin said, "You coming to my house, Jada Jameson?"
Yeah, like no, I was like kind of fucking funny because I'm just going like, wow, that's so weird. You never want to meet your heroes, but I was pleasantly surprised. Anyway, have you guys seen this? This is a test footage that this guy has been doing. He's been putting out a couple of these Ninja Turtles test. This is a Raphael test footage. This shit's fucking dope.
Is it CGI or?
Inject that directly into my fucking eyeballs.
Yep.
And to think that parents had a problem with how violent the first one was.
You know what, man? You know what? I was 8 years old when that movie came out, and none of my parents, my friends' parents, my parents had any issue with the quote unquote violence of that movie. You know why? Because in the original show, they decapitated fucking the Foot Clan because they were all robots and shit. So when they were humans in the movie, I was like, I'm a little disappointed. Because we're not going to see them just murk the shit.
Well, come on, it's robot violence.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe nowadays with the AI and they don't want to be called clankers because that's apparently racist.
You know, like if they were really brave, you'd throw in the turtles in Daredevil.
Well, I mean, oh shit! I never saw he did Michelangelo one too. This is one I haven't seen. Oh no, this is somebody else. This is AI. God damn it!
What's wrong with that? We like AI here.
No, I know, but I got my hopes up that it was like the other shit.
Pretty good for AI, but
Not today!
Does he have a sty?
No, nunchucks.
Catch me if you can, Slowpoke! How's that?
The guy who flipped himself right off the building.
But no, look. This was look at the test footage. Look at the thumbnail. All right.
I think all the turtles have like teamed up with other superheroes, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. But hold on.
Power Rangers.
But acknowledge the thumbnail here. Okay, you got Raphael.
Yeah, no, I see what he means. It's more of a gritty feel to it.
Oh,
yeah. So that was they told the thumbnail. He just had it redone in another, character, and then this ripped off the guy's thumbnail design and made people think it's that shit. But then you got like this is the Donatello one. This is only 15 seconds.
This is the one that went viral, wasn't it?
What is this one here? The Last Ronin animation. Have I seen this one?
I knew this was a suicide mission. Need to end this. On my terms. For my family. For honor.
See, someone's gonna make The Last Ronin with AI. Although I don't think this is
doing anything.
Yeah, no shit. David Ellison might start making it with AI. That would be fascinating.
It just needs that like 90s aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like that look.
Like a dark film grain.
Gotta do this.
Yeah,
No more talking.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't The Last Ronin Mikey, right?
We were always so different.
It might be.
So much alike.
Unless it could be the blue one. What's the blue one?
No, if I recall, because I think everyone thought The Last Ronin was meant to be like was meant to be Raphael, because like the concept of like going on like revenge and shit.
Yeah, but I turned the script with Michelangelo.
Yeah. Oh, I thought. Yeah.
And if you think about Michelangelo's the youngest one, the one that probably had the most trauma.
More than anything else, I wanted to make him proud.
I say the same thing about this that I'll say about those Star Wars fan films, and that is like if you don't give the fans what they want, they'll just start making it themselves.
But here's the thing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's been so many iterations that we're okay with this.
No, I know. I saw the trailer for that that Netflix one, The Rise of the Mutants or whatever it was. That looks pretty good.
Too little.
Like yesterday, I was talking to my nephew, like, how many iterations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have we had in the last 20 years?
I'm sorry, Father.
He's going to commit seppuku.
Please forgive me.
That's seppuku.
Focus.
Can't do it because of the scales. Or no? I liked when they teamed up.
You
with
guys
Batman.
don't wake him up soon. I'm eating the last bagel.
Hey, Sleeping Beauty. Wake up. We got things to do.
Okay, that was cool.
The Michael Bay ones are okay.
Well, the worst one was the freaking done by Saban. The live action Saban one.
I I think that's you're talking
ones?
about like the 2014 and 2016 ones.
No, that was a long no. That was I believe like early 2000.
Oh, you're talking about when they introduced Venus?
Yes.
Okay, I never watched the live action. Although
I watched one episode. I was like, ugh, it hurt so much.
You could easily fix those 2000 was it 14 ones and just change the design just a tiny little bit.
I didn't hate those movies. I thought that the 2014
It
one
wasn't
was a
that
lot of
bad.
fun.
It was just like some directions, but it wasn't entirely that bad.
I think Jonathan Liebsman did Out of the Shadows. I forget who did the 2014 one, or maybe he did both of them. But I know he did Out of the Shadows.
Didn't the actors hate that?
What?
Like when they were filming it, wasn't it like a horrible time for them?
I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, Jonathan Liebsman did the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2014. You know, again, not like it was such an interesting concept. You know, like Megan Fox was April O'Neil was the weirdest fucking thing.
And who were
okay?
Well, I think what's his name? Michael Bay was a fan of her, so that's why she got the role.
But she said working with Michael Bay was like working with Hitler, which is why she got removed from the fucking Transformers films after number 2. Legit. That's why Michaela wasn't in 3. Like, it was because she said that working with Michael Bay was like working with Hitler. So then, fucking 5 years later, she gets a job working with him, working through Platinum Dunes on this one. I mean, maybe they just wanted to tap into like the sex appeal of her, and I'm just like, I don't know.
The second one had like a perfect bebop and rocksteady.
Yeah. Well, the guy who
that was well done. That was well done.
The guy who directed Out of the Shadows is, I believe, directing the upcoming Coyote v. Acme. So.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
There's a Speedy Gonzalez movie in the works right now.
Interesting.
I love how the Beastie Boys was the theme in the trailer of that Out of the Shadows.
Alan Richardson was one of the Turtles. No shit. Oh wow, it's kind of like I was watching I was watching Hunger Games, the Catching Fire, and like he shows up. I thought that was kind of funny. It's always kind of funny to see like celebrities like when they started getting their start, you know. Okay, well no, he was on that he was on that Blue Mountain State, right? Show or whatever the fuck it was called. Blue State Mountain. It was some high school college football thing. I don't know. Anyway, what's up, Dave? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Chilling. So what's on your mind?
Well, I mean, you know, I didn't watch the Oscars the other night, but I can see why there's the decline. You know, I think it is going to be interesting to see what they do in a couple of years because we are approaching the 100th Oscars, and they're going to have to do something extremely big for that, and who they're going to get to host and everything else. But yeah, I was happy for, you know, all the winners. I kind of figured that Michael B. Jordan was going to win just because Leo had already had one. And if you look at the pattern in the Academy, he had I think 5 or 6 nominations before he ended up winning for The Reverend. And this was Timmy's 3rd. So he's going to have to, you know, wait another couple of turns.
Yeah, but had Michael B. Jordan been nominated before?
Not to my knowledge, but no. And that'd be an interesting question. I'm not sure. I mean, first time winners are rare, but he might have been nominated for Creed. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So I think the way you change that, though, just because of viewership, is because let's face it, everybody, they only really care about the last 5 awards: picture, actor, actress, supporting actor, and actress. I think what you do is is put one of the major awards right in front, like the very first award. Not Best Picture, save that till the end, but like actor or actress.
Supporting actress.
No, not even supporting actor or actress. I'm talking like one of the two major, because those two get more play than the supporting ones do. You put one of those two as the very first award and you hook people in. And then what you do, because it's supposed to be what, a 3-hour show, every 30 minutes you do another big award. And then that way what ends up happening is you hook them in and then you have to keep them at bay, no pun intended, but you have to keep them at bay to, so that way they can see the next one and the last one was Best Picture. But that's one way. And then you spread out, instead of doing all the tech awards first, scatter them in. So you do major one to start, couple of minor ones, major, minor, and that way you keep viewership.
Try to do like maybe one major award, then 2 mini awards,
Yeah.
then the major, 2 minis.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the way they have to go, because otherwise,
or we just cancel the whole thing, which I'd be okay with.
They'll never allow.
I know they want too much money. It's too much. There's too much money and there's too much
prestige, too much.
Yeah.
It's not even the prestige of it. It's the thing is because he's right. He was right about the headline of the stream tonight. Nobody cares about the Oscars. They don't. They'll go watch the movies. They'll talk about them for a little bit, but once it comes Oscar, the Oscars, they don't tune in. I mean, the last couple of years we've had good races in actor. And Fraser and Butler.
Maybe we're getting better selection of movies now than before.
But you got to remember, the selection of movies is all predicated on how much money the production companies and the studios spend, right? Like that's part of that's part of it. Like
absolutely.
Both One Battle After Another and Sinners are both produced through Warner or distributed through Warner Brothers. They each spent $16 million on their awards campaigns. Okay. It's like Emilia Perez had 13 nominations last year, won 2. And I think Zoe Saldana only won Emilia Perez because they didn't want to give it up for motion capture for Avatar, of which she did a great job and was completely overlooked for that. But again, is like Netflix spent tens of millions of dollars on For Your Consideration campaigns. The Oscars are bought and fucking paid for.
Yeah.
So if they don't do that, maybe do you think we'll be better?
No, because there's no way to get around the award. Look, the award season is not about our enjoyment of the movies.
It's about their enjoyment.
It's about their enjoyment and about who can pay the most money and get the considerations and then it's not like a pay for play type thing where there's no direct, I guess, fucking whatever.
The MTV Movie Awards.
Those were fun, but even that, the whole voted by the fans is still bullshit, right? They're under no legal obligation to listen to what the fans say. It's like American Idol, kept this guy Sanjaya around for way past when he should have been voted off because he was getting a lot of the conversation, and so they just kept him around because this is just TV.
It's for ratings.
Yeah, everything's so them having the big fight between One Battle After Another and Sinners, for the most part, was something that was put on by the media, and then because if you go out there and you go, hey, Sinners is a okay movie with a fair amount of problems that probably should remove it from the consideration category, right? They funneled so much money into getting people to talk about that movie. And I think they flooded the social media zone because while the views were down last night, the social media interactions were up.
And that's where, a lot of the electronic, the as you were saying, the social media, the viewership was down, but the social media stuff was up. So, I mean, you're getting the other thing, too, is I hate and absolutely hate the fact that there's always one sweetheart of the Academy. There's always that one picture that always gets at 13 or 14 nominations, and then everybody says, "Oh, is it going to break records or whatever else?" And it never happens. because what the Academy does is they like to, spread the wealth. And Sinners, I think, got a record 16 nominations. It got nominated, I think, in every single category, with the exception of animation. That tells you, but it had,
Oh no, they were. You could tell that they were hedging their bets with that one.
Yeah.
Right. They're literally hedging their bets.
I mean, if you go back and look at like the last 10 years, let's say, all of the films, the sweet spot is 9. Okay. If you go back and look at all of the films, or the majority of the films that have gotten nominated for 10 or more Oscars over the past 5 to 10 years, they've all walked, well, with the exception of The Irishman, okay, and Killers of the Flower Moon, they've all walked home with 1 or 2 Oscars. La La Land, Emma Stone won, sure. You had American Hustle, that didn't win anything. You had The Irishman, I just brought up, didn't win anything. Killers of the Flower Moon, over 10 nominations, didn't win anything. Sinners, win 2. Okay. So these films that have 6 or 7 nominations, I mean, Oppenheimer cleaned up a couple years ago. It had 9, I think it won 6. So, but that's a film that was expertly done, and so, and personally speaking, I'm not a fan of the quote hard 10. I wish they would just cut it down to 7. I think 10's too many, but that's another debate for another time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the thing is, like, they always will change a lot about what they do in order to be able, to try to stay relevant. Hold on, I want to get this one here from Sean. He says, I wonder how much money people lost on Kalshi. Well, according to what I saw today, or saw after the awards on Sunday night, was that apparently the betting pools were, like, this would be Polymarket and Kalshi, were 80% correct in their predictions. So then I have to ask the question, was anyone inside the Academy running some game?
Well, I was going to say either that, or you have to give it a bigger sample size. Let's see what happens next year, Sean. If that's 80% next year, then I would agree with you, Matt. But correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first year that this has been going on.
Well, yeah. And I have to also say, I really hate Kalshi and Polymarket.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like the idea of starting to put your money on any little thing. It just, I
mean, you got a 20% shot no matter what.
So, I mean,
right now the government is somehow winning off of this thing.
But yeah, I mean, so I agree with you, Matt. But we'll see what happens next year. In my eyes, there's not enough of a sample size. Let's see what happens 3, 4, 5 years from now, because then that's going to give you, if it's 80% the next 3 years, like, oh, okay, somebody definitely has their ear to the ground, or definitely,
or somebody, there's some, there's some manipulation going on. But at the same time, it's kind of like, what I feel, I'll tell you who I feel bad about the most with the Oscars: Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca. I feel bad for them. Not because they won, actually, because they won, I feel bad for them. They are in a position now with the Warner Brothers being sold, that, like, I don't know if I necessarily trust David Ellison to give them the leeway, to find the more auteur-driven stories and to put those out there, because they're not going to have the money. Because One Battle After Another, didn't that lose the studio like $100 million?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a, yes, it had Leo in it, but Benicio del Toro or whatever, but it wasn't like a huge moneymaker. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if that number was right. PTA finally got his Oscar, congrats to him. But
just wait till Will Smith can return in 2032.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get Will Smith and and just like one hell of a movie. You know, I don't even know. Maybe they'll make a Bad Boys 5 and it will be Oscar contender.
Yeah, right. Michael Bay directing, Martin Lawrence coming back.
Let's go. Oh, Sean here says he feels like those gambling sites are rigged. Yeah, the house always wins, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I used to work for a casino. I've seen all of that shit. I will be right back. I have to go use the restroom. So give me a hot minute. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
But
don't let CJH do anything stupid.
Okay.
Well, I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You won't have a polar bear moment.
But yeah, I think the Academy, movies are, I mean, we all love movies because we're here and everything else. I think that, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over, you know, the next. It's interesting because the Oscar season never ends. I mean, we just finished it on Sunday. You know, we got, you know, did you guys, let me ask you guys this. Did you guys watch the Dune 3 trailer yet?
No,
I
haven't.
know Matt's not a fan, but
Dune's not my thing.
My gripe with the Oscars is I think there's certain movies that they just plaster on. They give them an award for almost anything. And I think that's one of the things I have a gripe with.
Yeah, I mean, I think Matt touched on it. It really depends on how much a studio wants to spend on it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put all your eggs in one basket, I mean, then that egg will be spoiled.
Yeah, but I think that's what you have to look at it like this. These movies, and they're spending millions of dollars on it, they're investments to these studios. They don't look at it as entertainment. They don't look at it as a motion picture. They look at it as an investment. I'm spending $80 million on this. And if it's a award contender, I'm going to spend another $20 million on, you know, FYC and everything else. So, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now I'm spending $100 million on this. I've got to at least make something back. And if it can win a few awards, then from now on, the next film Michael B. Jordan does, it's going to be Academy Award winner Michael B. Jordan. And not, you know, he's going to get a bump no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get a pay bump.
You know, now there have
That's
been
always
Oscar
been a
winners.
problem with Hollywood, though, that they won't take a risk on.
I don't know. I just feel like there should be more movies that should win certain awards, and I think my gripe happened with the Forrest Gump when it was in the Academy Awards.
But that 94 is an interesting year. And I say that because you had 5 different films, okay, up for Best Picture that year for different audiences. You had Quiz Show, that was done by Robert Redford. That was immaculate. That's fantastic. But that's once again, the subject matter of that is, unless you were alive in the 40s or the 50s, you don't really know about the scandal of 21. Okay. But it changed everything. You had Four Weddings and a Funeral, which was more of the romantic comedy type of thing that caught fire and, you know, really had momentum going toward the Oscar season. You had Forrest Gump, okay, Tom Hanks winning his first Academy Award, or actually second. But it was still, you know, Zemeckis, he's always going to be known for Back to the Future and Castaway and everything else, but that was, you know, you had a young up-and-coming filmmaker in Quentin Tarantino doing Pulp Fiction, okay, and then Shawshank Redemption. And Shawshank Redemption was a feel-good movie. So it's one of those things, well, do you award what was, and that's the other problem too. When we talk about, quote, Best Picture, there's no criteria. What is the best picture of the year? Well, they're all worthy. Okay,
but again,
it's who spends the most amount of money.
Consideration campaign.
Well, that's true, but that's the other thing too, is there's no criteria for me. The best picture of the movie may not be any one of your best pictures. And on top of that, the best picture, in my opinion, has the best cinematography, the best acting, the best directing, the best score. All of these things they're the best of. And that's important. So, I mean, still, even to this day, and I've seen it all over social media, Crash is still considered the worst Best Picture winner of all time. Of all time.
Yeah, people really don't like Crash.
I mean, it is the worst worse than Green Book, worse than, all,
But here's the thing, right? Like, no one ever talks about Crash in a good way, even though it won. No one ever brings up Green Book outside of its what they believe is just, the racism. Moonlight never gets brought up unless you're talking about La La Land, and you're like, oh yeah, here's a fun fact.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
that whole debacle.
It's like, are you?
My sister complained about I forget which is a movie, freaking the one where the woman falls in love with a monster or something like that.
Oh, Shape of Water.
Benicio del, Shape of
The Way of Water.
Shape of Water. Yeah. No, not The Way of Water. Shape.
Yeah, The Way of Water. That's Avatar, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's The Shape of Water.
Don't you fucking besmirch that goddamn movie.
Benicio del Toro, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, Benicio was so fucking good in One Battle After Another. Oh my god, he was so good. Have none of you guys seen that yet?
Oh yeah, did I see? Yeah.
Oh man, I was laughing so hard because he was like
this character.
Total like he was like the Big Lebowski, right? He was just like so laid back and chill.
I've got to sit down and watch it again. It was pretty good.
Oh man, the whole scene in the fucking dojo. I was laughing so hard at that because DiCaprio's losing his shit. And then you got Benicio, and he's just like, ocean waves, man, ocean waves.
And then he's on the telephone outside the building.
Yeah. What time is it?
I don't know what the fucking code word is. I want to talk to your supervisor.
Yeah, sir, you are invading my safe space right now. It's like, no, that movie is wild as fuck. Like if you watch the trailer for that movie, you're not going to know the core story of that film. And when you understand what the core story of that movie is, I don't even what the fuck, man. I'm watching it and I'm just like, wait, hold on, because I don't want to spoil what it is, because what the reveal is just holy shit. But and I will say though, I do think Sean Penn definitely deserved the award. His performance was amazing, but at the same time, you could almost make an argument to run Sean Penn not as as a supporting actor, but as
the lead.
At the lead, because the story of that movie has more to do with him than literally anyone else.
Now, let me ask you this: do you think that had something to do with screen time? Because I mean, we see Penn, but it's like, well, he's here and there. Whereas
I mean, I could understand the main perspective of the movie is DiCaprio, kind of like the underdog, every guy sort of way, but then the story revolves around Sean Penn in such a way that you're like, I don't want to say what it is. It's just,
No, I know.
So wild.
I am not saying anything, but yeah, it's crazy.
I really recommend that everybody go and watch it.
The daughter got nominated too, right?
Yeah, Chase Infinity did really good.
Yeah,
the thing is, she was nominated for, I don't know, was she nominated?
I thought so.
But she was it was her first movie, and then Miles Canton from Sinners, it was his first movie too. So that was some good that was good shit right there.
I was a little disappointed that Delroy didn't win.
Compared to Penn, I'm sorry, there's no competition.
Yeah.
There's no competition. That's why I'm saying, if it would have been Penn going up for lead and DiCaprio going up for supporting.
Yeah, but I think
DiCaprio
wins no matter what. Because I think, I hate to say it, I think he was in a no-win situation.
Yeah.
Because whether he was put in, Penn was put in supporting like he was, and he ended up winning and beating him, or DiCaprio was in there. DiCaprio was an Oscar winner already, but So okay, so let's play a little
See,
game
I
here.
I disagree, Sean. I'm looking forward to watching one battle after
If
another again.
if Penn was put in actor, does Michael B. Jordan win?
I think Penn gave the better performance if that was where we are. You know,
Mhm.
because like the thing is like, but the thing is though is that you know how there was a tie for the best short film.
Yes.
It's almost you can make the same argument for Michael B. Jordan. Okay, he got the best performance because he played two roles, the two lead characters he played. So, which role did he get the Oscar nomination for? Right? Which brother? Which character?
Right.
No one
right,
has brought that up yet. It's like, is it a rigged system because he effectively was playing two characters that they just put in two different colored clothing? They were different. They had different personalities. That is true. You know, but at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, is it kind of cheating?
Yeah.
You know, DiCaprio
It's a
didn't
gray
play.
area.
It's a gray area, sure, but like DiCaprio
Well, I
played
think-
one guy.
But isn't that the first time that's real? I mean, Tom Hardy never got nominated for the Cray Brothers in Legends. So I mean, we had never really had that scenario, have we?
I don't know. I don't believe that we have. And again, it is a nitpick to be real. To be fair, it's an absolute fucking nitpick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it applies because you're going like, okay, yeah, I understand that. It's like, but he's playing two roles. Which role is he doing? And
I think it's just the range.
no, the range. Well, I mean, again, but the two brothers were like they're identical twins. Their ranges are like one is responsible, one isn't. That's it, right? Like one is more of a kind of a playboy type, you know, I eat a ton of pussy type guy, right? Doesn't take anything seriously, and the other one is like, you know, more solemn, wants to be like a father, misses, you know, a dead child sort of thing, right? And like they played it well. They played it well. They were you know, they were distinguishable characters because of those particular approaches to things. But at the same time, it's like, which role did he get nominated for the Academy?
Did
Or
it
for-
actually say when they did the nominations, and they read it off? Did it actually say, you know, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners? But it didn't. Did it give the role?
I don't think they ever truly give the character name. Like, you know, like Leonardo DiCaprio when he won for The Revenant, it wasn't like, you know, your best actor is Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, for getting fucked by the bear.
It
You
took
know,
that long for
That's
Leonardo
still the
DiCaprio
best
to get an
nomination
award.
of all time.
I
By
mean,
the way,
well, and
no,
that's-
she didn't. She did not get nominated for.
Chase Infinity did not get
OBA,
nominated. Okay.
yeah. Mm-mm. So,
Hold on, wait. Didn't Jeremy Irons win for playing twins? In what movie? Well, no, Sean, I agree with you that the skill to create two separate characters in one film is why he was nominated. But was Arnie Hammer nominated for fucking the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network? You know, it's like it's things along those lines, right? Like, was Adam Sandler not nominated for Jack and Jill? Two distinct personalities having range.
Remember the Oscars?
okay, so that
Yeah,
person
I said
was
it. Adam
correct.
Sandler should have won for fucking Jack and Jill if we're using that as an.
That they're doing a sequel. To
So
the
Jeremy
Social
Irons
Network
did
with
get
that.
nominated in 1988 for Dead Ringers, but he didn't win the Oscar for the role.
Was it two? Was he two characters?
Well, it sounds like so. The famous twins. Yeah. So, like I said, he did. I'm on ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
He did play twins in Dead Ringers in 1988, but he didn't win the Oscar for the role. So, I mean, I guess there's a difference between.
Well, I will say this, and this will get people mad at me, but I will say this: Sinners was held to a different standard.
Mm-hmm.
It was. And again, I think, and I've been very critical over the story of the movie, but I think the direction, the cinematography, the music, the acting, phenomenal. And you know, I think the cinematography win was good. Although that final chase sequence in One Battle After Another was pretty
Did you
pretty
think
good.
that? Did you think that chase? I thought that was. Now I have to go back and rewatch the film. I saw it and I, you know, kind of absorbed it. But At first glance, my only glance, I really thought that car chase scene was a little bit long.
Well, I viewed a lot of like, okay, so look at the center, look at the part in the movie when DiCaprio meets up with Del Toro. Okay, like that whole sequence, right? How long that ran for, and how frenetic it was on an energy level.
Okay, so then you needed to slow it down.
So,
then.
well, I don't think you needed to. I think what it was is it was very. This is going to sound odd, and I don't think I'm probably very alone in thinking this, but it felt to some extent vaudevillian. You know, like it felt kind of vaudevillian. And again, maybe I'm just completely out of my element on that one. But when I was watching those sequences, I'm laughing so fucking hard because it's like there is a frenetic energy that is matched by a score that is almost completely non-congruent with what we're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, and then even that last sequence there, like the hills were like the intensity. You know, like, and that was where I like the draw distance from where the car was to the other car. Like, that's a really inventive chase sequence. And I like the way it ended quite a bit too. Never mind the fact that there's very much plot hole questions of like, how did that guy know? And everything else. But at the same time, I'm not going to worry about it too much. It was just like, but there's a very interesting element there that I thought was really good. That I didn't think was there. Like, you know, I also watched Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And have you seen that one yet?
No, I haven't.
Like the best way I can describe that movie is the wraparound plot is very Richard Kelly. Like Southland Tales, a little Donnie Darko, but like with just way less depth. And then it's filled in with 3 episodes of Black Mirror that are largely non-connected.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so the concept is interesting, but only on a surface level. So if you stop and you start looking at it through the lens of what it's trying to like of the where everything goes, you're like, oh, okay. It's trying a lot because it's also got a very small budget. I think the budget for that was like 20 million, maybe.
Oh, wow.
You know, like super low budget. And it still ends up going to these places where you're like, okay, but why? You know, like why? Like, what is this? What is the point of this? Because there's just there's all this shit there that's like, this is interesting, but there's no compelling nature for it to exist outside of just being an interesting, like, world building type situation.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Multi-proof in here says there's no way you're comparing Michael B. Jordan. I am not comparing the validity of the performance. I'm merely talking about the range in which we saw, right? If the argument made for best actor is the range of character work that we saw between Smoke and Stack, then they should have given an Oscar to Adam Sandler for Jack and Jill, because there's more character work done to differentiate between those two characters outside of a bad wig, you know, in many ways. And again, I'm talking exceptionally surface level here.
Maybe that's why it brought it down, because there was very little costume work.
Wait, what?
About Jack and Jill. Maybe that's why I didn't win it, because the costume work.
Oh no, man! It should have won. It should have won for Dunkachinos. That alone should have secured a lot of nominations. You know, Dunkachinos. Now I'm reaching. I'm just pointing out. I'm just pointing out a lack of consistency. No, but that being said, look, I'm joking around. I'm talking shit. Smoke and Stack were very good characters. I explained this to my coworker last night. If you've ever seen the show Mad Men, when you're watching Mad Men, nothing happens and you're a fly on the wall for like those people's lives. And it's compelling despite the fact that nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not until the season 4 finale of Mad Men does something actually move the fucking needle. Like, I was watching it, like, when it first premiered on Netflix back in 2011, and we get to the end of the 4th season, and they finally do something, and I looked at my girlfriend, and I'm like, "Fucking finally." She's like, "What?" I'm all like, "They did something. They actually did something." You know? And then, it's a good show. It's a great show, but it's still just that, like, there's no escalation.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I understand. I understand.
And that's kind of where it's like, but when you're watching Sinners, the first half of that movie, you're fly on the wall for these characters, and those characters are very compelling. And those characters are very interesting. And you would like to see what happens. And you'd like to see how this plays out. Like, you want Stack and Mary to get together, right? You want Smoke and I think Annie was her name, right? To get together, right? Or to like to rekindle. You want to see these two criminals somewhat, like, you know, make good, right? They're done Breaking Bad. Now they need to make good. And that's kind of like, okay, now we have some, you know, there's a reason to care, right? There's character growth, there's movement. And then we get to the vampires, and then like everything just stops. It just stops. Whatever you were building is now just done. And now it's okay. Now we got this peace, love, hippie, hive mind, Irish vampire who wants to go out there and Michael Flatbrush his way through this entire fucking performance. And now we're supposed to stop and care about that. But once even again, looking at just, this is why the Academy was so wrong to give him like best original screenplay, unless they were just saying this for like the first half of the movie. Once you get into the part with the vampires, you start to realize the concept of the story falls apart. There's no escalation there. There's no tension. There's no threat, right? It's like, what do you guys all the clan? No, we're vampires, but we're also a hive mind that can offer you like peace, and we can offer you community and comfort.
I got to go back and watch it with this mindset. This
dude, watch it again. Watch it fucking again,
no,
man. There's no tension.
Yeah.
Right? Like
because I've seen it, but now that you're talking about it, I'm replaying it in my head. I'm like, yeah, he's right about this.
No, it literally cuts to an entire scene where they're doing like they're singing Rocky Road to Dublin, right? Like, why are you in a fucking vampire movie that's about trying to like assimilate, you know, the black culture, which is what it was, right? That's the metaphor. They're trying to assimilate the culture and get to the music, because the music is going to allow him to then like reconnect with this family, which I will say that was an interesting plot point. That was not necessarily something that they really, I feel, spent a lot of time with, right? And it's the same thing with the KKK. He's like, you know, by the way, the Klan's coming for you in the morning. That's it. That's the escalation setup point.
Yeah.
Right? He just randomly is all like, you know, the Klan's coming to kill you guys in the morning. Well, then why the fuck didn't the Klan come at night when they all were there? If they know that they're opening up a juke joint, and they know that they're going to sit there and they're going to have like a barn full of black folk, that the KKK is not going to show up, gun them all down when it's shooting fish in a barrel. They're not going to come and torch the place when they know that there's going to be a large cadre of the people that they fucking hate and that they want to kill. Nope, guys, we're first light. We're going to come light. We're going to come over here and take them out. Doesn't make any sense thematically, character driven. Like, nothing makes any sense about this movie.
I mean, if you're going to kill somebody, you're going to do it at the best possible time you can.
No,
you're not going to wait around.
Yeah, Sean, that's not tension. The vampires are outside going like, we're offering you peace, love, harmony, community. That's not tension. Right? The only way that they ratcheted up the tension was trying to make a claim they're going to go after that girl, go after that one lady's daughter. That was the only tension. And even that wasn't even necessarily like, all right, she's a side character. Who gives a shit? All right. Like, there's nothing there. Like, you're not really going to care as much. So then that lady, she goes like, come on in. Right. Which again, let's establish the lore on this one. Who is allowed to invite the vampires in? Is it the owners of the establishment? Right.
No.
Or in her case, is she's the one that painted the fucking sign over the door. So does she have the authority? They never established that. They established the rules, but in such a janky ass way that you never really know. It's like, well, wait, can anyone say yes? Oh, wait, hold on. When she says, come on in, and then they come on in, could Smoke or Stack, because they are the owners, could they just go, hold on, we're actually going to revoke that because she doesn't speak for us. You know what I mean? And then what does that lady do? She charges right at her fucking husband, lights them both on fire. They both fucking die instantly. They both fucking die right away. So she's like, come on in, and goes and kills her husband, and that's it. Right? She just expendable character with the authority to open the door to let them all in. Doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm sorry. It's not that like the building blocks aren't there. They're there, okay? They're there enough for people to jump to conclusions to be able to justify like they're like, like the vampires being outside is tension. Not really. Because the enemy is there. And they can't come on in until you say come on in. And they're rapidly losing nighttime. So the sunlight is almost upon them. What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to them when the sun comes up? Right? What's going to fucking happen? They're going to burn. So they only have limited time before they got to fucking find shelter somewhere. So at that point, the movie is like, because again, you have the whole vampire fight scene, and then they go right outside, and what's happening is they go right outside. Oh yeah, the sun's coming up. So then what do? They fucking go to baptize Sammy. Sammy hits fucking Remick with the guitar, stabs him in the head. Okay. Remick's like, everyone's, right? Remick bursts in, they stab Remick again, or however they do it. And then everyone else burns because the sunlight is up, meaning that time is rapidly approaching.
I think the thing is, and what you're getting at, there's no stakes.
There are, but they're minimal. I don't want to say there's no stakes.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say. The stakes are not as high as they could have been, because and you said it earlier, the vampires could have come in and done what they were going to do, or even the ending scene. I was here the other night watching the Michael B. Jordan shooting the guys, and you were
God, that was so poorly edited. That was so poorly edited.
Slow motion. So, excuse me, I can see the stakes were very minimal, and that's what made it difficult to watch to the end. So, I mean, the more, like I said, the more I think about it, the first two acts were really good, but it just didn't. There was no payoff.
No, and then the thing that bothers me the most about all of that is that, like, you can't criticize it. And if you criticize it and you're like, I'm looking at this, the way that I approach all my criticisms is, generally speaking, about I look at it through a story perspective. How does this serve the story? Right? What does it do to make this a better story? And then I'm like, God, there's so many things that add up that just don't make it a better story. And it's like, but you're like, but this could be good. And like I've said, the movie was written and then it went into production 4 months later. From first draft to production in 4 months.
Oh, wow.
That is fast.
That is fast.
And it was like the idea there again, you have a movie called Sinners. Where was that theme played with? Right? It really wasn't. Even though the fact that they ripped off the Italians and the Irish in Chicago, and they'd done a bunch of bad shit, right? They established all of that. So there's your Sinners motif. There's that theme. And it was played into the fact that the vampires had the better fucking idea. Right? At the end of the day, the vampires were not offering anything that was tragic or bad. They were offering community. They were offering, great.
Life.
Like, but honestly, but the cost, I'll be fair, the cost was something that would be considered, like obviously great, because you have to give up, all your autonomy and everything, but it wasn't explored enough. And then to have that tack on ending just felt like them pouring salt in the wound, because you're like, you have a great setup, you have great characters, you have a great time period. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much going on with these, with like black folk in the South and Jim Crow era and all that shit. And you can make it a message that would resonate with a lot of people. And then you just fucking shit the bed, but can't say that out loud because, nope. Apparently I don't fucking understand it. And I could talk about this movie till I'm fucking blue in the goddamn face, going through thematics and the way the script breaks things down and everything else. But I don't get it, apparently.
Two things. The first thing I always say is film is subjective. So, you may like something I may not, vice versa. That's the first thing. Second thing is because, and I'm not trying to bullshit you or blow smoke, or literally and figuratively, but because of the expertise you have looking at films and everything else, critiquing them, you're able to say and see, okay, look, you slip up once, there's a minor loophole here and there, that's fine. But when you get 60 or 80 minutes into a film and then the last 20 or 25 minutes falls apart, it's hard to just turn a blind eye to it.
Well, it's like when I was working on In Search Of, right? In Search Of is only 73 minutes long. And that movie was entirely improv, right? Because I had someone when I was criticizing Sinners go like, yeah, but you wrote In Search Of, and I'm all like, it was an improv. The whole story was improv, right? I had beats that I wanted to hit. So that's what we did. We hit the beats that I wanted to hit. Other than that shit was improv. And I was trying to add shit on the fly in order to find a way to keep things, extending, right? To make it longer. But at the end of the day, I'm all like, I really kind of exhausted what I had access to in that moment, right? Shooting as fast as we did and everything else, that like I couldn't add anything more to the story without it feeling like I'm padding it on.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
And that's kind of the whole point is like, when I've always got approached writing, it's like I like being able to dive in, tell the story, get in, get the fuck out.
You have a little fluff, that's fine. But, the problem is too that it's very hard to write a very tight movie, start to finish. It is because you have, but before, I mean, now it's 3 hours. If you want to tell a super long story or whatever else, there are very few times that the minimum mark now is 120 minutes. Occasionally you'll have 116, 117, but it's they want to try and maximize everything they can, and so you'll never see a 90-minute, maybe like 100-minute movie feature film. You just won't, because they want to try and there always has to be some sort of fluff, for lack of a better word. Talking about
there's a part,
characters and this and this backstory.
Sure. But a big reason for that is Blake Snyder, who wrote the book Save the Cat, which is kind of like the predominant screenwriting guide that has been around now for like a long time. Even though he died a long time ago, his book has been around since like the early 2000s or late 90s. And it's this beat sheet formula, to like write the movie. Well, the second act is called the fun and games part of the movie.
That's interesting.
And so you're right, and this is my take on it, is like the fun and games is where you'll get that extra little bit, right? You'll get that extra. But the biggest thing I've noticed here, especially when it comes to like Sinners, is again, the lack of tension comes from the lack of escalation. The escalation that's there is not good escalation. It's not, it's this happens and then that happens and then this happens and then that happens.
See, I look at it from, when I took screenwriting, this was a while ago, but the 24 plot points, right? In a 120-minute screenplay. And then, 30, 60, 30. And so, the first act is, establishing the characters. You have your inciting incident, the climax of Act 1, and then that 60-minute portion, that's Act 2. That's where all the substance is. Okay. Then you have your climax. Okay. And then, you have a small little climax in Act 2, and then, but it doesn't resolve everything. And then you have your major climax at the end of Act 2, and that's what the climax of the movie. And the last 20 or 30 minutes is all resolution. Resolution for the whole situation, the characters, etc. So, that'd be interesting to actually go through and I mean, and that's part of it too, which you were talking about, lack of tension, lack of stakes, and
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
And
my take on that is I think a lot of movies these days don't have the development time.
No.
But and this is where again, I'm just gonna fucking say it. This is where AI comes in, guys. Okay.
Yeah, no.
This is where
So
AI
I would
comes
say
in.
AI more for effects.
And no. When it comes to
No,
even
no, no,
writing,
no.
when it comes to writing, what you do
Tools.
is it's a tool set. So you have, like, let's say you have a story idea you want to tell, right? And you're like, okay, here's my story idea. Whether you have a rigid or non-rigid approach to it, you can tell it like, okay, I want to follow, let's say, the Blake Snyder beat sheet. All right, so you throw that in there, and so it reads it, and it's like, okay, I'll help you develop the story to hit these beats, and it will keep you in those guardrails while you. And the great thing about that, about why the guardrails are good, is because if you want to follow that formula, it allows you to. It will keep you on track in that formula, but it allows you as a creative to really kind of start reaching out to like the further depths of what you were thinking, in order to then also fall still within those guidelines, those guardrails, and then to be very much built upon, rather than this happens and then that happens and then this happens, right? Because that's kind of a boring story. You got to have escalation, you've got to have cause and effect, and it's got to be believable, right? It doesn't have to be like, like, you can still have fantastical shit, right? But it's like David, you read some of those short stories I gave you, right? I think
Yes.
you read what, 2 of them
Yes.
or whatever,
Yeah.
or did you read the non-compliance one, right?
Yes.
Okay, see, that one I'm gonna retitle because I haven't gotten any fucking traction on that on Amazon. But the side effects may vary one, that was the GLP one. Did you see that one? Did I show you that one?
Yes.
Okay, so like that one, I think that one's been getting read actually, and I think, and when people start reading it, they read the full 34 pages. Like they don't even like it's really funny actually. I'll get the update and I'll see like, oh, this was read 34 pages, and this is how many pages are read, and I'm like, oh, they read the whole thing.
Nice.
And so, but it's like, again, that is all escalation, but that largely takes place in the same environment.
So it's like climbing something, and then you hit the peak, you have your climax, you have your decompression, whatever the climax is, and then you have to come back down. And I mean, that's essentially what the plot point thing is. You build it up, you climax the first act, you come back down a little bit, okay, then you come back up. It's like a mountain. And then that second climax at the end of the end of Act 2 is where, and then it comes back down. And
well,
that's
here's the thing though, is the formula that I'm using doesn't follow that. Right? It doesn't really follow that at all. It's pure escalation. Everything that
so you're doing slow little builds.
It is the way that I approach it. Yeah.
Ooh.
You have your setup. You get it. You have the setup, and then you move into the first act.
Have you ever seen Equalizer 3?
No, I haven't seen 2 or 3.
Okay, so I've only seen it once, but I think it's probably the second best out of the 3. What Antoine Fuqua does in that, I think it's a great film. There's a lot of slow little beats and compression. And what I'll say is this: the first 2 acts, it's I won't say slow, but small little compressions, but the stakes are there, and you see it slowly building, and when that third act comes, it just explodes.
See that's
like,
one way of doing it. That's one way of building the escalation, because you slowly start to build and build and build and build. And that's what I really enjoyed about One Battle After Another, is I felt like the escalation was heavily earned. And then when the escalation, those beats hit, they lasted a while.
Yeah, and it was like the whole third act was
not even that. The second act, when they were in the city trying to get out of the city.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking funny, but it was like, okay, like he's running, he's at the dojo. Now he's like trying to get his phone to work, right? Now he's trying to get all this. Now he's on the roof. Now, all that other shit. And it's like bam, 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 bam. And the escalation makes sense. Cause and effect makes sense, and you're having fun while you're watching it. And I think that's the key thing is, Because the way that I approach these stories is that it doesn't like, I actually add more escalation points if I feel that area is starting to kind of slag a little bit, because I want it to, or drag. I just want it to be able to have that build up. So when we get really to the end of the third act is where I think the emotional crescendo needs to hit. And that's like the all is lost, the dark night of the soul moment, basically. And then you get
Point
into
of
the
no
final.
return.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
yeah,
the point
yeah,
of no, well, no, the point of no return is actually at the end of chapter 2. And then the way it works is that in chapter 3, you basically make the protagonist
Oh,
feel
you're
like
talking about a book.
I'm talking about and then it's also kind of like, because all these stories that I'm working on are all meant to be expanded into being
Okay,
films.
okay, you're talking. Okay, go
So
ahead.
the way that I'm approaching these things are like, yes, there will be structural buildups,
Interesting.
my whole goal would be when people read these shorts, or whatever, that they feel that there is a constant escalation that does feel cinematic in nature, right? Like I want people to think that. Now, does it always come through? I don't know. People are gonna have different tastes, obviously. But like
Now,
as I'm building these stories out, like I view everything through the lens of very cinematic.
yeah. Now, would you say that it's hard to leave because you're only doing 20 or 30 pages per thing? Would you say that it's hard to leave it on like a cliffhanger type of thing? Do you
I mean,
want
you can leave it on a cliffhanger, but what it is though is each chapter is supposed to end on a cliffhanger.
Okay. Well,
And
I
so,
know.
but the way that this particular formula works is that each chapter is designed to have the same word count.
Oh, okay.
So when you're looking at, I think like the ones I
Gotcha.
sent you, were around like 6,000, 8,000 words, somewhere in there, right? So
Mhm.
I just did one last week. I did a novella last week that was 38,000 or 30. I think I want to say 32,000 words,
Okay.
roughly. So that the idea there is that each chapter or each act is gonna, that has the chapters equal like 8,000 words.
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
the
I
end
see
of
what
it
you mean.
is, now you've got a bigger, longer story that takes those same beat points you would have had in like non-compliance or side effects may include, and then you can expand upon those to still have the same points, but now you're just kind of filling the gaps,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I don't know if I'd ever want to do like a full 80,000 word novel or something. I don't know about that. That seems a bit much because these are meant to be kind of like smaller contained stories.
Yeah.
But the idea there is like it really does boil down to like escalation and making sure that everything is logical and rational and grounded enough in the world for the audience to believe it, and like I did one where like I thought it was pretty good. I had my sister read it and she was like, yeah, she's like, I feel like more should have happened. And then I look back on it, I'm all like, you know what? You're right. Actually, more should have happened. Cause I was just kind of streamlining it. This is a few months back. I was still kind of like figure out how long everything was supposed to be. And I'm like, you're right. This could be a little longer, but in my brain, I view it as being like the cinematic lens of it, right? If you were going to
No,
shoot
yeah.
this, there would take time. It's, it's kind of like when Ian McKellen was on one of those late night shows, and talking about the Hobbit films. He's all like, it's really hard to think about the adaptation as being 3 movies when the book is this big,
Yeah,
and it's like,
absolutely.
but there's so much there you have to work on and so much there you have to figure out. But
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about this for a while. I think CJH is probably going to kill himself. And then Jess is there as well. But I do want to say that to
I'm just here, the hotel, because I'm here in Orlando.
Are you there for a convention?
Yes. I'm going for MegaCon.
Oh, okay. Who's going to be at MegaCon?
I'm still here.
Like a whole mess of people. You have like people from X-Files, people from Lord of the Rings, Orlando Bloom, Elijah Wood. The 4 hobbits are going to be here. Then there's like a whole mess of guests. John Cena is going to be here for one day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, Zachary Levy's going to be there, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's technically an uninvited guest.
Yeah, because he's at the
The Ripperverse table.
The Ripperverse table. Yeah, yeah.
I was like laughing about it. It's like they were saying that he was technically not an invited guest, but the Ripperverse are bringing him in, so that's their guest.
That's so crazy that they're like they got Zachary Levi, former Shazam actor, to like be a guest at their booth. Not like a panel
because I
he's
remember like
gone
a
to
couple
Hall
of years
H.
ago he was invited. This was when he was promoting Shazam.
Yeah,
and now he's just there at a booth for a independent comic book.
that is. Should I? Here's my question: should I find a way to like take Scott and Frank to a convention?
Here's the thing:
it's got to be Comic-Con though.
If you didn't draw it yourself, no, because right now a lot of conventions are banning AI.
No,
material.
I know.
No, it was a rhetorical question. If you're gonna do it though, you got to have him go to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You
Is
have
this made with AI? I'm like, well, it's not made with AI. What does that mean? Well, I mean, it's kind of like
technically,
I envisioned it. And I, no, I had this. You know what? I'm just gonna say that I had it commissioned because that's more accurate than not.
Yeah.
In the comic itself, have them go to a convention.
Yeah, I need to figure
Maybe
out
I could
ways.
go back to drawing, and maybe I could make a better version of Frank and Scott.
No, it's more like I like the shitty nature of the way it looks.
No, but you can make shitty drawings and it still look good. Like what was that Rick and Morty that was the original pilot or something that was like Australian?
Doc and no, it was Doc and Marty. Doc
no,
and
there
Marty.
was one that was like an Australian one.
Yeah, but no. What it was for Rick and Morty was there was a short. It was a thing called Channel 101, and Channel 101 was an LA thing, and it was going on when I was there. I knew about it, but I just never went. I should have gone. But what it was is every month people would go and they'd make 5-minute pilots for TV shows, and they would be some of the weirdest, stupidest shit. You remember Chad Vader? Do you ever hear about Chad Vader?
I heard that.
I can't put a face on it.
Oh, it's an old dude. It's old internet, right? Old internet, like one of the first web series that came out of Channel 101. Yeah, it's coming back. I heard that. I don't know what capacity, but I heard it's coming back. So you got Channel 101 was like Dan Harmon, Community was like a big part of that. Justin Roiland was a big part of that. What it was is you'd make a short 5-minute pilot, and then if the 5-minute pilot got picked up, so if everyone voted that they liked it, the next month, you'd then have to go back with the first episode of the show or the second episode of the show, which would be another 5-minute show. And then if it kept winning and kept getting voted in, then you would end up, like you would just keep filming more episodes and going back in there. And I think the longest one, I forget which one it was, but the longest one ended up, I think, going on for 7 months. They did 7 episodes. Wow. And that was pretty crazy. So, you know what? I'll tell you. I'll show you guys one of them, and then we'll end the stream because it's getting late. But this is
In Search of the Series.
No. There we go. Let me find this here because. Let's see here. Do they have the whole? Do they have the? Because he did Dan Harmon did a spoof of Dexter.
Oh.
And it was called they might have taken it down because it came under fire a long time ago. Like
too close to the show.
Let's see here. What was it called? It was called Daryl. That's what it was called. Okay. Daryl. If we can find it. Did they have the whole thing? They might have deleted it off of YouTube. Nope. Okay. This should be it. Let me double check. I don't know if this is it or not. No, I think this isn't it. This is somebody made this up. Hold on, I gotta find it. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
All right.
Um,
So yeah, talk about MegaCon. They even have like two of the cast members from what's the name, K-pop Demon Hunters, and one of the singing voices.
yeah, well, that's
So I mean, they
cool.
already got some hype from the Oscars that boosted like a lot of ticket sales now. The
I
last
can
minute.
imagine. Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, I got it. It's in the shittiest format possible, which is amazing.
144 something.
This was on Streamable.
By the
Look,
Rick and Morty.
no, this is not the Rick and Morty pilot. This is something entirely different. But you might like this because this is a parody of Dexter, but not in the way that you think.
Okay. This sounds...
So I'm not going to say shit, but y'all need to watch
Go
the
for
shit.
it.
Hi, I'm Dan Harmon. You're about to watch my controversial new pilot, Daryl. Now, I have to warn you, I originally made it with Showtime for their audience because it's a little groundbreaking for normal people to handle. But maybe you'll surprise me. Good luck.
I don't know, Doctor. I just, my wife just had a baby, and I had this dream last night where I was a fish, and I looked up and I saw myself on the boat.
Well, Admiral, our time is up. I think the best thing for you to do would be to go home, tuck that baby in, and get yourself a good night's sleep.
Okay, thanks a lot, Doctor.
No, Admiral, thank you.
All right, it's bedtime.
Thank you for being such a good patient,
Sleep tight, okay?
for taking all the sleeping pills I prescribed to you, so that later tonight, when I'm crawling in your window, I can count on you to sleep like a baby.
Oh, no.
Well, I do everything but sleep with yours.
No. Terrible.
See what I'm talking
I
about?
know that I'm a monster.
Yeah.
But am I really so different from you? Who's the real monster? Okay, it's me. I have to stop. And so the shrink becomes a patient. How old is this kid? 25? 26?
Okay, Daryl, what seems to be troubling you?
Can I trust you?
Of course you can trust me. I'm your therapist.
I rape babies.
Daryl, I have a baby. Die, rapist!
This is how I die.
Son,
After all I've done to them, a baby saves my life. You say that your son witnessed you nearly kill another man. I've seen this before as a baby therapist. Children who see things that are bad when they're young tend to do bad things when they're adults. But it's a little known fact that having bad things done to them has a cleansing effect on their psyche. To be painfully clear, because you almost killed a man in front of your son, he'll become a killer as an adult unless, while he's a baby, he is raped. There are moments in other people's lives that I'm not able to comment on because I wasn't there. My life, however, is amply supported by lazy voiceover. I'm ready for my next page. Shit. This is outlandish.
I know it sounds crazy.
You tried to kill me.
A child could grow up to become a serial killer or worse.
Unless I rape it.
Unless you rape it and clean that slate.
Rape your baby. I've never. I mean, I've constantly. But not on behalf of the father. What you're asking of me will be enjoyable. I'll do it.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
morning yesterday.
God.
Why would you pause it there?
Sorry, I meant to say, we'll stop right there. So that got Dan Harmon almost canceled a number of years
Yeah,
ago.
I can see why.
Almost canceled.
Yeah,
Almost
that's
canceled.
just,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that was pretty
I'm
crazy.
starting
man.
to think Justin Roiland wasn't the problem.
Justin Roiland was just an alcoholic. That's a big, that's a big factor with that too. But yeah. It's that, but the whole point though is that back then, that was what the comedy was in LA. That was like, shock comedy, crazy comedy, like really, really, really envelope pushing shit. And yeah, so I
feel
figured
like
I would
this stream's gonna have to be edited.
yeah, no one watches it anyway. I'll
Until
probably
us. No,
but
I can.
but at least now when CJH goes to bed, he'll be dreaming of Daryl.
Yeah, I have nightmares now.
Nightmares.
No, I mean, but like that shit, I don't find it to be funny.
No.
There's other things from Channel 101 that were funnier, but it's like it just kind of shows you like where things were at the time.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
how-
I mean, things today that would never, obviously, even back then, that was shock video, but like that.
But I guess that explains James Gunn's humor at
Yeah.
the time too.
A lot of it.
You know what's gotten funnier now? The Beavis and Butthead show.
Like
but
the
that was more. That's
The
that's
new
more
ones, the new
crude.
episodes.
Oh, I haven't seen the new ones yet.
My God, I was cracking up when they age them up older, and they do their same shit, but when they're older. But I believe they got smarter a little bit, but dumber as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that's gonna happen. I mean, look at Bill and Ted. I mean, it's to your point. I mean, Bill and Ted. That what was it? Bill and Ted Face the Music. I mean, that's what that whole thing was. It was Bill and Ted. What 25 or 30 years later, and then they have a whole new thing, but they're still the same. They're supposed to be the same thing. So yeah, I can see it. I mean,
No, but let me explain one episode because I don't want Matt to find this video and demonetize himself, even though he doesn't care. But there's one episode that they're like getting evicted out of their apartment, and they're older. They're like in their 40s, and the way for them to not get evicted was to Butthead freaking go overweight to the point he cannot fit through the door. And that scene trying to get him out of the apartment cracked the living hell out of me.
I'll have to I have to look that up and give it a watch because it's
yeah, I mean it's kind of like the old
like the
Park episode.
saps that Butthead had with the police. I was like cracking up.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to wonder if Dan threw Justin under the bus with the Rick and Morty thing.
Oh yeah. No, he absolutely did. He absolutely did. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't mean that to be a dick either. I think it's fucking. I think it's real that he did that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like because what it was is what was it? Adult Swim had put on, like, they had ordered how many seasons was it? 7 seasons. They wanted to get up to 200 or to 100 episodes, and so there's a lot of money at play there. So I think that's a big factor. But anyway,
yeah.
It is 1:30. I gotta wind
go
things
get some
down.
sleep.
Yeah, I gotta try to take my. I gotta try to actually get some sleep.
It's only 10:30, huh? Wow.
Yeah, how you like that 3 hours?
I just woke up in the middle of my sleep because my stomach was grumbling, but I'm not freaking. Everything's closed right now.
Yeah, it's it has its perks. I mean, so, but yeah, I got to get up early myself. So,
are you got work?
Well, kind of, sorta. So I'm going. It's been a month. So I have 2 jobs. One of them is a dishwasher. The other one is an airport as a wheelchair attendant. So I've been going through this training for about a month. So
Mhm.
I got to go back up there. I got to check up there, and then and I'll hopefully continue the training tomorrow. And then the only reason I have this job is to make a little bit of money, but more importantly, after 90 days, I get a discount on airfare. Anywhere that full Hawaiian or Alaskan flies, I get a discount round trip. So I don't know. I think it's like 50%. So if the airfare is like $500, I can pay $250 for it, type of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the only reason. Otherwise, I've got a job that's full time, and I just work. So luckily, I'm getting paid this week. I'm going to pay off my loan. My credit card's done. I'm looking to go to Vegas in July for a couple tournaments, and then my goal is next year, middle of next year. I'm still up in the air whether the cost of living here. I mean, it's expensive everywhere, but it's super expensive here. And so I'm debating on where to go. I mean, I'm already thinking a couple years ahead, but yeah, so I have work, and that's good news. So, but how's your job going? I know you were sick the other day. How are you still
Yeah,
working a
no,
lot?
it's yeah. It's I took off Friday because I wasn't feeling good, and then they were like, "Hey, take off Saturday too," and I'm like, "Thanks."
Well,
And
that's like one of the Fridays and Saturdays. Aren't there just like big days for you?
No, every day could be the same.
Okay.
We're coming into well, it's just because people travel all the time, so but what is
Right
it?
now, travel's having an issue right now with
Yeah.
TSA being held back.
Oh yeah, TSA and
Oh, yeah,
other
that's a
flights are
whole
being
other-
canceled at a lot of other places as well, and
Yeah.
we're we're getting I mean, was it like last night, for example, I thought I was gonna have my last run was gonna be at like 10 o'clock, and then I was gonna basically take somebody like 30 minutes north and then just drive all the way back down. And then I drop off the person at like 10:30 at their place, and then I get a text like, "Hey, refresh your tablet." I'm like, "Okay." So I refresh my tablet, and it's like, "Oh, hey, now you got 3 stops at like picking up at 1 a.m."
Oh,
and so then I'm like, all right, so I got time to kill. So I'm kind of tired. I'll go try to take a nap in the van. And then I check and I'm like, oh shit, everyone kind of got in early. Okay. So I'll head over to the airport to go get them. And I get over there and then I check again and I lost 2 of the 3 that I was waiting for. Those ladies were right there already waiting for us. So they were assigned to another driver. And then I was just waiting for the one woman. I gave the one woman a ride home, and then that was it.
Is it like so are you, and I won't say competing, but like you said, you lost the two ladies. Is it
Right?
like,
Sorry.
do you have
they got transferred to a different driver.
Okay.
So it wasn't like
it's the same company, but
it's the same
okay.
company. Yeah. They just shift everything around, and some people get real mad because like some passengers will have like bigger fares or bigger tips associated. Like I had one the other night and it was supposed to be like a $42 tip on the credit card, which is very generous.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up doing that one. Somebody else did, but I'm not mad because
Yeah.
technically that all factors into my hourly at the end of the month. And so if I don't hit a certain threshold tip wise, like they cover the difference to make
okay.
me to put me up to $24 an hour. But if I go over that threshold, I get to
Then
keep
you
the
have to-
difference. No, I
yeah.
keep the difference.
Oh, okay.
So, and then that doesn't even include like cash tips.
Yeah,
right?
so
And
that's
cash
like
tips
the
are good.
airport job I was just talking about. It's $16, which is like minimum wage, but it's 16 plus tips.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. But
And I've seen the wheelchair people make out pretty well, especially, and I hate to say this, but especially if you speak English.
yes. Yeah.
I get a lot of people that are like, all because we have a lot of Somali wheelchair people, and they're very nice. They're super friendly, and they work hard and everything else. But there is a language barrier from time to time, and I'll get the person and I'll take care of it from there, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm so happy you speak English, And I'm like,
So yeah, I
okay,
work at it's called Mendy's or G2. So yeah, I mean they're in like I'm sure they're in Portland and whatever, but they're in like 50 airports across the country. So if you ever see like somebody walking around with like a light blue shirt that says Mendy's, that's the company.
oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's
I mean, and you guys are
I'm-
coming up on tour season too, so that should be helpful.
yeah. I mean, it's and you got to understand something too. It's in I mean, I'm going all the way up to Honolulu, which is like a 60-minute bus ride, which is fine. I don't care. I can do that. But yeah, it's the time and everything else. But Honolulu is that's the epicenter of Oahu, the island I'm on. And it's like that's where all the tour stops are and the cruise boats come in and so and then like a 20-minute bus ride from there is Waikiki, and
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
where so it's like
Have you been to that mall yet?
Yes.
That mall is fucking huge.
Yeah, Ala Moana. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
huge. I got
yeah.
lost in there. I was actually went in there for an interview. Funny story. I actually went in there for an interview for like they have something called the Great Big Game Show. So you can be like a game show host or whatever. And I went in there I couldn't find the place, Matt. Literally,
No, I
there's-
don't. I mean, I absolutely believe you because when I was there back in the beginning of October, we were like walking around and I'm like, this place is massive.
And I'm looking on the map. There's 3 or 4 levels. I'm like, where that? And you're going up and you're going down.
The next time you go into you go there, go to the cafeteria, right? Or the
I've
food
been
court.
there.
They got a fucking Chick-fil-A inside the food court.
Yes,
and they have
I have that here in Miami.
Yeah, but we don't have that here in Washington. What got me though was there was a Croc store.
Oh, there's a whole line of stores. I shit you not. Louis Vuitton, Prada, any high-end Dior, any high-end thing you can think of. I mean, there must be millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of merchandise. They had oh God, the jewelry. I'm like, oh my God. And people just you would think that whole line you were in a casino. That's how expensive the stuff was. And because it's not only expensive because of the name, but because you're paying top dollar for it, it's even more expensive. It's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah, it's I was looking at the Crocs store because I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind maybe getting a pair of Crocs. And then it was like, oh shit, I was like,
they have a whole Dodgers store. Like not a whole store dedicated to the Dodgers. All the memorabilia, hats, keychains, jerseys, stuffies, everything. I mean, the Ohtani stuff selling like hotcakes. I mean, it is anyways. But that's the other thing I've really noticed too is the Japanese contingency out here. But yeah, it's just
oh yeah, no, there's
crazy.
a lot. There's a lot. There's a great candy store right next to it's on like the 3rd floor next to the Target, which is across the street, I think.
Yeah.
But there's like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I visualize it. There's a BBW's Buffalo.
Yeah. Right across the way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We went in there. Like, I can't believe they were charging like $5 for like a box of Nerds.
Yep.
Like it was
Yeah,
insane.
I can see that.
Yep.
Fucking insane. Yeah.
It's crazy. But I
depending
mean,
where you go, like a huge tourist area, they will charge an arm and a leg. Like, I'm here close to Disney Springs. I spend $4.50 for a bottle of water of Dasani.
Yeah, no, it's $5.39. I work at Whole Foods, right down the street.
No, but this is Dasani. Dasani's like the most nastiest water.
$5.39.
But luckily, I have my annual pass because I bought it at the Disney store. So at least it brought it down to so I bought 3 bottles for like $10.
Oh, there you go. That's a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the other thing I'm starting to get used to out here is the prices. Like it's literally what you were just talking about, water. Went to Whole Foods. No, I get 20% off because I work there, but it's $5.39 for a bottle of Fuji water. $5.39.
Dude, I went to Safeway in Maui and I was like, fuck my life. You know, but then but then when I was in Hilo, like it was more cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, Hilo's laid back. I don't really have a desire to go back to Honolulu, but I would absolutely go back to Hilo.
Somebody's got to be brave and open up a video store. Like
Oh, speaking of it, I know you got to go, Matt. There's a new game on Steam, and I thought of you when I watched the video. It's all about opening up a video store.
Oh,
during
I
the
saw
90s.
I
You
saw
it?
I saw something about that. Yeah, I
Okay,
haven't.
yeah, it looks. You can order. I mean, it's a blockbuster type of game. You can order your own movies. It looks. I watched the introductory. It's one of those sim games, but it looks. I thought of you, and I just said I got to tell Matt, but it was like it looks fantastic. I mean, I knew you get to a certain point in the game where it's like, okay, it's not fun, but yeah, I mean, you get to rewind the videos, you get to charge late fees, you get to order movies, you get to do all this stuff. Yeah, I, mean, I thought that would be kind of cool.
At some
I mean,
point,
physical media, the whole 9 yards, but and there's stupid titles too.
At some point, someone's gotta say fuck it and just open one.
Yeah, but
regardless,
the thing is, the business model just isn't there. I mean, look at Redbook.
But they can make it.
Yeah, but look at okay, so that would take a while. But look at Redbook. I mean,
Redbox.
Redbox. Thank you. I knew it was red in there. But look at Redbox. Redbox was that convenient, you know, I want to get a movie type of DVD thing, and you know, you were paying what, I don't know, $4.49, $4.99 for a new release, or even what it was.
No, it was like $3. It was cheaper than that.
Oh, maybe it was, but it still it was. It's very hard.
More than just movies, like I don't know.
Well, they were doing video games too. I mean, look at Blockbuster. Look at Hollywood Video. I mean, Matt and I used to go there all the time. See Matt separately, but it's like, you know, that's where we used to get our video games and movies, and they just don't. You know, everything is now the touch of a button. You know,
there's no shopping anymore. There's no sense of like you going in, gambling on like if this movie or video game was good or not. We don't have that luxury anymore. Everything's like everything. We have all the ratings up. We have everything told to us.
It's called instant gratification.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
Yeah,
everything
but
is
you
at
can
the
also
touch of a
adapt to
button
that.
and on our fingertips now. And
like you can set up delivery. You can have like
yeah, but that even
comic book
takes money.
stores survive because they have like events and whatnot.
Well, comic book stores are surviving by diversifying with other kinds of merchandise. It's not
look
just
at GameStop.
comic book
I'll give you guys
store.
an
That's what I
example.
mean. Like, if they
Hello?
open up a video store, it's got to be almost like a hybrid.
Yeah, but look, take GameStop for example. And we used to work at GameStop, so I know this. But people don't go in there to buy video games anymore. Okay, it's very rare that they do. They get physical copies because they can just go home on Xbox Live or PSN and just buy it right off the network. Okay, and they'll get the digital copy just because they don't want to buy used games and they don't want to get sold other stuff. The only reason why they go in there, and I've seen the lines around the block the night before, is Pokemon cards. That
is true.
It. And they're dying. And GameStop is having to do that. So,
but now GameStop is overcharging for the Pokemon cards
because
They're
they have
charging
to.
scalper prices.
They have to because they have to make some sort of profit.
I've also noticed, like, was it Gen Z is into the retro stuff now?
Yeah, of course they are. Everything comes. I mean, that's why it's retro. But, anyways, I know you got to go, Matt. So
yeah, well, I forgot. There's also this Warhammer thing that Command Unit had done. So yeah, I'm just gonna play that, and then you guys can fuck off. I appreciate you guys. Truly.
Okay,
all right.
Take care of yourself.
And then I'll play this, and then I can.
I'll send Matt. I'm gonna send on Discord. I'm gonna send you a link of the list of actors that are gonna be
Good
at.
night, guys.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all later. All right. play this. It's Warhammer Return to Armageddon.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
People of Armageddon.
Soldiers of the Imperial Guard. For decades, we have defended this world. Some of you were born here and know only war. Some of you have grown old upon these battlefields. Some of you were brought from off-world, shipped here to die.
I thank every one of you. But look at what's become of our world.
Graveyards that reach from horizon to horizon. Cities cloaked in ash and dust. All
industry in ruin. The next wave of greenskins will soon reach our world.
They come in numbers the likes of which we've never seen. We're expected to die in duty. To hold the line.
We cannot.
There is no victory to be had here. I cannot ask you to die
in the mud of a world that was lost long ago. Flee, all of you.
Flee. Make for the evacuation transport.
Get off world if you are able. Run for your life. There will be no evacuation.
There will be no cowardice. There will be no defeat. This is our city. This is our world. Soldiers of Armageddon!
Make ready.
Okay, that was kind of cool. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat, H Parts. I appreciate you. I mean, I gotta give credit that they, you know, did an animation for a bad guy. That's cool. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck off to bed. But all right, everyone, have yourself a good one. Thank you again, H Barts. Thank you again, everyone, for the support. Really appreciate it. I will talk to you guys later. If nothing's going on tomorrow night, I might go live depending on what's going on with me. But I'm gonna try to get some standalone reviews done. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace out.